All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Green Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. This time it is to preview the Arsenal versus Vorskla game on Thursday night. That's right, it's our first Europa League game. And if you're thinking, Vorskla, who? We're in the Europa League, baby. We're going to be pronouncing names that you ain't even heard of, places you ain't even heard of before. So to help me, I thought I'd bring on someone who's renowned for pronouncing these names correctly. So I decided to bring on Lee. Say hello to the people, Lee.
I can barely pronounce my own fucking name, Chris. Seriously, man. Nice one for having me back on, man. Appreciate it. But
of course.
Yeah, we're not going to bother naming the starting 11 or predicted starting 11 for the other team, Vorskla. Because seriously, my Ukrainian is it's not the one. It's not the one. All I know is they're fifth in their league and they've played 8. They've won 4, lost 4.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We've had a couple of people ask us. I think it was Kev 1990 that basically just said, "Yeah, so are you not going to be able to pronounce the other team's names?" Really? No.
Somebody actually tweeted us saying, does anybody know their name? So I Googled it. And I put, Google does. And put the screenshot in of all the players. Mate, good luck. Listen, I ain't trying to mug them off, right? But I can't pronounce them names. So I'm not even going to try and butcher them. I'll let you deal with that.
That's a good opportunity to plug your own Twitter. So if you want to know what the team looks like for Vorsk, go follow Lee.
Lee Gunner 82. Check it out. Go and retweet the Tottenham tweets where I'm mugging them off as well. Can I just say one thing before we get into this show, right?
Back on, bruv. Come on.
How fucking Spursy was that? Seriously, right? 1-0 up with 3-4 minutes to go, and you lose. Seriously, man. Last time they played Inter Milan in the San Siro, Bale scored a hat-trick. Yeah? We all know that he then fucked off to a proper team. Yeah? Last time we played in the San Siro against Inter Milan, we battered them 5-1.
Yep.
And we were 1-1 with, 6 minutes to go?
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, fuck it. Mate, they'll be joining us in Europa League. The wheels are coming off, mate. Done and dusted, as their rabbi says. Done and fucking dusted.
Fucking. They've had their time in the sun. The team that puts pressure on. But supposedly they're going to be the next title challengers.
Did you see Spurs actually tweeted out, somebody retweeted on my timeline about the couple that got engaged in the new stadium? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. I quote tweeted it because it said we've had our first special moment in the new home or whatever. Yeah, I quote tweeted it and put they'll be divorced by the time it opens. And two little sour people, man. They're like, "Oh, how are you disrespecting their relationship?" Like, come on, man, that's a fucking joke.
Oh, what? You actually have people respond to that?
Yeah, so many sensitive people. How are you disrespecting their relationship? Like, come on, man, it's a joke. I'm playing.
Tell me that weren't Arsenal fans, please.
Do you know what? I didn't even bother looking, mate. I just scrolled down my notification. I hardly replied to anyone, man, because fucking I ain't got time for that shit.
Come on, even Spurs fans will find that funny. Come on.
Yeah, man.
So let's talk. Let's kick back and talk. So before we get onto the game, obviously some stuff has happened today. Really confirmation of rumors that started in the summer, in the middle of the summer. Gosh, first of all, let that sink in for a second. Summer's finally finished. Damn.
Mate, I had to put stones in my pockets today, man. I was getting blown all over the place.
Yeah,
I'm just like a string with eyes, bruv, yeah? Like 10 stone dripping wet. Fucking.
But yeah, oh gosh, that was miserable to realise. But yeah, so it looks like Ivan Gazidis. In fact, there's no looks like about it. The club is
done.
It's done, dusted. He's going to AC Milan to become their CEO.
Strange, man. Strange. Proper weird decision, man.
What is your take on it?
Do you know what, right? I've seen a lot of people talking today, yeah? And the majority of people are haters. Like, he's this, he's that, he's done nothing, right? And I can kind of see where they're coming from, right? But I'm going to stick a flip side on it, yeah? Right? And I'm going to throw, then I'm going to throw a curveball in there as well, right? And then I'll tell you my opinion afterwards, right? there's a couple of 2 or 3 ways you could look at it, right? He was employed by the club to do a job, right? Which was to get us commercial deals and to make us financially stable and to compete off the pitch, right?
Mm.
One of the committee that interviewed him was Arsene Wenger, the previous manager, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, he was never going to stitch Arsene up. So all these people that are saying, oh, yeah, but he brought all these people in like Raoul and Sven and blah, blah, blah. Did he, though? Did he? We don't know that. We weren't there. That could have been Stan Kroenke doing that or Josh Kroenke doing that. We will never know whether it was actually Ivan Gazidis that actually employed them at the club. We'll never know that, right? Now, did he sack Wenger? Probably not. Did he have the conversation with Wenger in terms of, listen, either leave or you're getting sacked?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you're being employed at a football club and one of the geezers on the panel is a manager that's been at the club for 20 odd years and is one of the most successful in terms of trophies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's very hard to have that conversation and to go, yeah, I'm sacking you. So was it him that sacked him? Because let's be real. Let's read between the lines. He was told either leave or you're getting fucking sacked. Yeah, he did. Let's be real. He told, mate, you've only got to look at his interviews, the 2 or 3 games after the decision was made and the statement was put out there. I'm finding it hard to like adapt, and I'm finding it hard to come to terms. He was sacked, mate. It was stuck on him, right?
Yeah.
Now, off the pitch,
he's more or less admitted it since he's left. To be fair.
Exactly. Off the pitch, we're competing financially. We make the most match day revenue out of any club in world football. I've seen people today saying that the commercial deals that Gazidis done and brokered or initiated or whatever ain't the greatest. They're basic deals. No, they're not, because the Nike deal before the Puma deal was actually the biggest kit sponsor deal ever. Yeah, at the time, right? Obviously, the fact that Chelsea then went and gazumped us, and I think Man United then gazumped Chelsea, right? But at the time, the Nike deal was actually the biggest sponsorship deal for a shirt sponsor ever, right? So you got to say, on that respect, he done well, right? But I heard Stuart Robson's little 3 or 4 minute chat on TalkSport, and I sat there and I find myself agreeing with him with everything he said. He goes, he allowed a manager to take the piss for 3 years too long, right? Yeah, it's true. Over the years, he's allowed. I will say
this about Stuart Robson, though. That guy would have a problem with a blowjob on Christmas morning.
Mate, he'd be arguing with himself in a fucking telephone box on his ones, you know what I'm saying? Right? But if you listen to what he's saying, a lot of people say he's bitter, right? I don't think he's bitter. What he was saying was that Gazidis allowed us to sell Van Persie to United. He allowed Nasri to leave. He allowed all these other players, Fabregas, everyone else to go. Some players to run their contracts down and leave, right? So you've got to take it as an overall, right? Which is why I've sat on the fence all day and ain't said nothing about it. All I tweeted was 2 down, 1 to go. That's all I tweeted, right?
Who's the one to go in your eyes? I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, Kroenke. Yeah, 2 down, 1 to go.
You're a big defender of Kroenke, so that's why I'm surprised.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not completely deluded, right? I think, yeah, I'm not. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody says that Kroenke's a joke, it's a disgrace, he don't spend money, blah, 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 this and that, whatever. Everyone just follows like sheep. I'm not a sheep. Yeah. Right? I make my own mind up. I don't just go with what everyone else is saying, yeah? Stan Kroenke, what has he done in the last 3 years that's bad? Somebody tell me. Apart from when he was taking 3 million quid out for advisory fees, which has actually stopped, right? And he ain't done that now. 60 mil Aubameyang, 50 mil Lacazette. Do you know what I mean? Like, add in Xhaka, Mustafi, all the other players that we've signed for big money. Yeah, even go back as far as Alexis and Ozil. Yeah? So he's allowed the money. But now what we will see with Kroenke, and I don't even think it's been announced that it's a full takeover yet. I don't know where that is. I don't know whether he's got full control.
Apparently the deal is done, but like you say, it's not been announced.
It's not been announced. But we will now finally see whether he is actually the problem or not.
Yeah.
Right. And one thing I will say about Gazidis, right, is the way I look at it, right, is he could have sat there and gone, right, Arsene Wenger's now gone. I'm still here. I was here before Kroenke. Yeah? Before Raul, before Sven, before everyone else. Yeah? Apart from Keswick and all that lot, yeah? Right? But now the buck lies with Gazidis. So Gazidis is probably sitting there thinking, fuck, yes, I'm on 2.5 mil a year, but if this goes sideways, I'm now fucked. Yeah? So he's probably thinking, nah, fuck it. And AC Milan to come tapping him up. But I didn't realise this until I heard Stuart Robson talking. That geezer's on so many boards, it is unbelievable, man. Like, literally, he has got his finger in about 1 million pies, yeah? So it's like, you're creaming money left, right and centre. You're getting your finger in pies left, right and centre. So really, was you fully on Arsenal?
And AC Milan have offered him stakes in the club. He was never...
Exactly. But
never turning that down.
If you was to ask me how I'd rate his overall tenure of that 10 years or whatever it is he's been at Arsenal.
If you were to grade it,
if I was to grade him,
one of my questions.
There you go. See, I'm psychic, bruv.
Oh, no,
if I was to give him a mark out of 10, I'd say a 6.5.
Oh, he's more generous than me.
Yeah, because off the field, I think he done all right. And let's be real, he's left and we're in a good position. Yeah? But on the field, which he also has control of, never in a million years did he push Wenger to spend enough money. Yeah. You've only got to look back at the Suarez 40 million and one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we had offered 45 million or 50 million or 55 million, Suarez would have been an Arsenal player and we probably would have been title winners.
100%.
Yeah. But taking the piss with the 40 million and one, yeah, that don't sit right. Selling Van Persie to United for 27 million. Nah, mate. Yeah. Letting other players run their contracts down, Jack Wilshere included, whether you think he's a good player or not is irrelevant. You've allowed him to run his contract down. Aaron Ramsey still hasn't signed a contract. Do you know what I mean? He's allowed that to happen, right? And he is the CEO, or was the CEO of the club. So the buck lies with him in terms of stuff like that. Yeah, I know Wenger had a massive input on players' salaries and players' contracts, etc., etc. But he's gone. He went in May. We're now in September, nearly in October, right? And Ramsey still ain't signed a deal. Jack Wilshere's left for nothing. So I'd give him a 6.5. I'm not going to be a complete arsehole to him because I do, like I said about the Nike deal and stuff like that. He has also got us re-signed with the Emirates for the stadium naming rights, which is a massive deal. So, you know, the gate receipts, I know they rip us off every week, like, or every season for tickets and stuff like that, but we are top of the tree in world football for gate receipts. So, off the field,
let me ask you another question, and I'm going to answer it in terms of what I think. What do you think Ivan's biggest legacy is moving the club? I think it's the Emirates.
I disagree. Because I'll tell you why. That originally, and not many people know this, but originally moving stadium was George Graham's idea.
I've heard that story too. Yeah,
that was George Graham's idea. Arsene Wenger came in. Obviously, you know, we all know the rest is history. He oversaw the stadium move. People say he built it with his bare hands because he wore a little hard hat and a high vis and some boots and stood in the building site. But let's be real, that was already in process. There's talk that Wenger had to stay at Arsenal because the banks wouldn't fund it otherwise. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. Right? But if that is true, then fair play to Wenger for doing that. Yeah, because like we all know, he could have fucked off to Madrid and he could have fucked off to like whoever, right? And he didn't. It's a fair play, right? And you've got, I'm a Wenger out, yeah. You've got to roll your hands up and say, well, if that's the case, and he did stay, and that was part of the deal with financing the stadium, then yeah, fair play, credit where it's due, right? But no way in a million years is Gazidis getting props for that. No chance. His biggest legacy is being the CEO that probably told Wenger, you're getting fucked unless you fucking resign and say you're leaving. That's probably his biggest legacy, mate. And let's be real, I'm not trying to be a prick. That is probably his biggest legacy. He was the CEO of Arsenal Football Club that was part of the the committee or the structure at the club that said he's got to fucking go.
Let me tell you why I believe it is the Emirates. Because as you alluded to yourself, presumably as the CEO, and I have to put the word presumably, he was the driving force that built the packet, the financial package, and got the commercial deal to build the stadium. Maybe not his idea, but he was more of a doer than Wenger was. Let's be real here.
I don't know, man. See, the thing is, like I said, the idea of a stadium move.
I'm not a defender, believe me.
No, you're not. I've watched your videos, bro. But
I'm the weasel. I
disagree with that, yeah, is the fact that the stadium plans were already there, right? It just had to happen, right? So the idea was there, the plans were there, it just had to happen and be financed, yeah? Right? Now, we all know the story where certain people have sold out, Bracewell, Smith, etc., yeah? We all know the story about David Dean selling out to the wrong guy, which is why he's now got nearly 100% control and will have 100% control, right? Which is funny because David Dean runs a business with Alicia Usmanov. So, it's a bit weird, but obviously money talks and bullshit walks, doesn't it? But that plan for the stadium was already there. And let's not forget Danny Fisman in all this as well, right? But in terms of getting the sponsorship deal for the naming rights of the stadium, then yeah, that's down to Gazidis. And obviously it was on a long-term deal, blah, 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 to get it on the shirts as well, etc., etc. Yeah, that's fantastic. But if you look until recently, the last 2 or 3 summer transfer windows, maybe go back as far as Ozil 5 years ago. Ozil was the first big name, and at the time, world-class signing that we'd signed under Ivan Gazidis. That was the first big proper fucking name, right? The reason that happened, in my opinion, is because firstly, nobody else wanted him. There was talk Man United were in the mix, but that was the only club that were in the mix, and they didn't really go for it. Real Madrid had wanted the money to sign Bale, so they wanted him gone. And obviously they had Modric, right? But if you look at it, before that, he'd been at the club 5 years.
Yeah.
And in that 5 years, we'd sold every fucking player that was decent, right? So it was a case of the fans are fucking going mad. The season ticket prices are going up. We're winning jack shit. We're on a trophy drought for however many years it was. Fuck. Ozil's available. Bang, we'll do the money on him. Yeah? We then sign Alexis Sanchez. Again, they wanted Suarez. I think it was Suarez they signed, wasn't it? Was it Suarez that summer? I may be wrong. Somebody will correct us in the chat. But I think they wanted Suarez, so we went for Alexis Sanchez. But to get Alexis Sanchez for £32 million, mate, that was nothing. That was just fucking peanuts. Especially when you look back in history and see Torres for 50 mil and Andy Carroll for 35.
Yeah.
So to get a fucking Alexis Sanchez for 32 was just fuck all, right? And then since that Ozil deal, we signed Sanchez, and them two, when they joined us, were both world-class, in my opinion, right? How many world-class players have we signed since? Is Aubameyang world-class? It's debatable. He's a fucking top player, and I fucking love the geezer to bits. Lacazette is not world-class. He's a top player, but he ain't world-class. Yeah, but when them two signed, they were top fucking elite level players that were world-class and had smashed it at the 2 biggest clubs in world football, right? But obviously, because of circumstances, they were being let go to get better players in, right? So can Gazidis take fucking credit for either of them signings? Not really. Not really. Do you know what I mean? And if you look, like I said, since then, and that was 5 years ago we signed Ozil. Since then, name a world-class player other than Sanchez we've signed. You can't, because we haven't. So
I just realised, so Liverpool wanted to sign Sanchez because they let go of Suarez in 2014.
That's right. Sorry, yes.
And that's the same year that Sanchez came on board.
Yeah, that's right. And there you go. And listen, they got a lot of money for Suarez. A lot more than we fucking bid, that's for sure. But at the same time, you do not let go an Alexis Sanchez unless you've got a Luis Suarez. Because let's be honest, out of the 2 players, as much as Sanchez was a fucking joy to watch, I'll take Suarez all day long. All day long. Yeah?
And I'm not even just saying that because Sanchez is dead for United these days. I 100% agree with that.
So same with Real Madrid. If you're a Real Madrid supporter and Gareth Bale is available, but it means you get rid of Mesut Ozil, sorry, no contest. Yeah, sorry, mate. Did you see his Champions League final goal?
Bro,
Come on, man.
I'm telling you now, there are people that would reject that.
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, but mate, listen,
Because people love that Ozil nutsack. They love that Ozil nutsack, even if it defies general footballing logic.
Mate, I'm not going to go down the route of slagging him because I actually praised him at the weekend. I don't know if you
Yeah,
saw
he
my video.
deserves
Yeah,
it.
I actually praised him. So did Xhaka. Yeah, and listen, that's why I'm not a fickle fan or got an agenda, as people tell me I've got. Right? Ozil was fantastic in that second half against Newcastle.
Well, yeah, let's talk about the last game because that was going to be one of the things I hit upon. That last game, I know you touched on it in your Arsenal Fan TV interview, which, by the way, you're killing it at them interviews lately, by the way.
That's because I speak sense and people are finally realising that.
But no, I agree. And you also know me, massive critic of Xhaka, quite a big critic of Ozil. I'm more of a critic of Ozil's fans, to be fair, than Ozil himself.
Mate, I've always said, if you have to get out pie charts and fucking stats, yeah, to prove a player is good, then sorry, ain't interested.
That's
watch the player
That's
for the whole game and watch what they do. Does anyone have to bring a pie chart out for Bergkamp?
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I'm saying? Does anyone bring a pie chart out for Patrick Vieira? Fuck off, man.
That's my beef with Ozil fans on Twitter, because they start showing me stats, and I'm looking at these stats. I'm like, yeah, they're impressive, but if you have to show me stats to defend a player when it doesn't look obvious that they're performing, maybe that player needs to up it.
Listen, nobody was happier than me when we signed him that day, right? I will never forget that. I was sat at home, Sky Sports News on, and the Emirates was fucking buzzing, man. The geezer was getting whacked across the head. He was getting fingers in his ear. Yeah, everyone was having a street party. It was fucking mad. It was like, oh my God, we've signed Ozil. What the fuck? Yeah, because I didn't believe it. It's just like, wow.
Yeah, because it happened quite quickly as well.
I can't remember who we played, but we played somebody on deadline day, and then Wenger done the little smirk, and everyone was jizzing in their knickers like Wenger smiled. Yeah, I can't remember who I think for some reason I've got Southampton in there, but I'm sure somebody will tell me who it was. Yeah, but whoever it was we played, and then bang, done. And it was like, what the fuck? We've signed Ozil, right? And then his first game, he set Giroud up for a goal, didn't he? Yeah, on his debut. So it was like, oh my God, this guy's going to take us next level. Come on, man. We finished 6th last season. We finished 5th the season before. Yeah. And people still want to tell me he's great. With him, and like I said, I'm not going to go down the road of cussing him because I think he's actually played all right at the weekend, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? People say, yeah, but he's had Walcott and Giroud fucking his chances up. Right, okay, cool. Let me tell you something, right? The first 100 and whatever games it was he played for, or the 100 and whatever games it was he played for Madrid. Then compare that to, I can't remember how many games, I think it was 112 games, 100, whatever it was he played for Real Madrid, right? He had 2 assists less and 1 goal less for Madrid than he did for Arsenal in the same amount of games. Oh. Yeah? So nobody can tell me shit when he's got Ronaldo fucking running rings around everyone from a 2-yard pass, right? And Benzema and Di Maria, players like that, yeah? Right, he had 2 assists less at Real Madrid and 1 goal less at Real Madrid in the same amount of games he'd played for Arsenal in that same time, yeah? Right, same amount of games, right? And he's got Giroud and Walcott. People go, yeah, but Giroud didn't score for 6 months or fucking 5 months. Wait, yeah, cool. Okay, well, what's stopping him scoring then? Do you know what I'm saying? Right, now, I see something today. That game he played at the weekend, first half he was dead. The whole team, apart from Guendouzi, was dead. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant in the first half. I thought he was the only one who tried. Yeah. I'm not even getting Matteo.
Bro, you actually said the surname.
Yeah, Matteo, right? And I'm shocked he got substituted, right? But that second half, when Torreira come on, Xhaka was further forward. Because let's be real, he's shit defensively.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen milk turn quicker, as Claude famously once said. Yeah. Right? And Ozil was fucking everywhere, right? And I was right behind that Xhaka free kick. I was up in the clouds, yeah, right? But because I was so high up, and Torreira and Xhaka are standing there, and I was like, where the fuck's Ozil? And I realised he was like fucking, as I'm looking down at it, he's like far left of like the wall. He's just hacked. I'm like, why ain't he over it?
Yeah.
But then obviously it's a bit far out, right? The guy I was stood next to, he goes, let Torreira take it. I was like, fuck that. Xhaka's picking it.
Everybody
Postage stamp, bruv. Postage stamp, it's going in. Yeah. And when he hit it, because we were so high up, you could see the trajectory on it, yeah, and the way it was swerving, moving and that, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, fuck, it's in. Yeah. And I was jumping before it hit the back of the net. Right. But I thought that Torreira made the difference because he allowed Xhaka to do what he was doing, and he allowed Ozil. And the one thing I said on my Arsenal Fan TV interview, right, was that in stoppage time, they obviously scored, and then in stoppage time, I can't remember who it was, but they put a long ball over the top, right, and Ozil's running over to it, yeah? The centre-back's favourite, Ozil fucking elbowed the centre-back, shoulder barged him, held the ball off, and I'm like, what the fuck, is he all right? Like, has he had his spinach or something, or his Weetabix? Do you know what I mean? Right? And he held the ball up, and I think he passed it out to Mickey in the end, and we ended up getting a free kick. Game dead. Yeah. Games gone by, he wouldn't have done that in stoppage time. He would have just thought, "Fuck that, that's a lost cause. Let the centre back have it," and he would have dropped back into midfield, right? And I think that the fact he was substituted against Chelsea, the fact he was dropped, and let's be real, I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me, he was dropped. Yeah, for that next game. Right, against West Ham. He was dropped for that. Yeah, and I think he's thought, you know what? This manager ain't playing. He ain't Wenger. And if you look at every game we've played, he substituted someone at half-time. And
they always make a difference.
There's two ways to look at it, though, right? Is he picking the wrong starting 11? Everyone's crying out for Torreira to start. Or is that part of the game plan? Do you know what I'm saying? Is that part of the game plan?
I didn't even think about it like that, yeah.
Because the players in their head and the manager is going to be sitting there at half-time going, right, Guendouzi's everywhere, he's doing this, he's doing that, and then bang, Torreira comes out second half. Totally fucked up his game plan. Yeah? And if you look, the first 10 minutes of that second half against Newcastle, they didn't have a fucking Scooby what was going on, mate. Yeah, and we were all over them. Maybe Torreira's carrying a knock. He's not 100% fit. Maybe he can't play a full 90 minutes. You know, everyone's crying out for him to start. And yeah, it'd be great to see him start because he has turned a few games since we've come in onto this season. But maybe that's part of the game plan is to confuse them. But I don't know. I'm just looking at it thinking like all we need now is a couple of clean sheets back to back because we lost our opening 2 games. And the opening 2 games were always going to be hard, right? No matter how much I mug Chelsea off, it was always going to be difficult, right? Yeah. Man City, first game of the season. Yeah, Chelsea, second game. But we've won 3 in a row. We've won back-to-back away wins, which we didn't do since 2017.
And winning breeds confidence.
Exactly. And can I just say one thing as well? Sorry to cut you off, right? Can I just say one thing, right? Everyone mocked Socrates as a signing. Why are we buying him? Why are we doing that? It's a cheap signing. We could have gone 70 mil for Maguire. We could have bought fucking this player, that player. Mate, Socrates has arguably been our best player in the first fucking part of the season. Yeah. He is, mate, that slide tackle he did after Mustafi's fuck up the other day against Newcastle. Yeah. I like the fact that he's got a bit of fuckery in him. Like against West Ham, they get a free kick in stoppage time. He just runs off with the ball. He's like, yeah, fuck you. Yeah. Right? He wins every header. He don't shirk the physical side of it.
He's not that slow like we all feared.
Mate, anyone who plays FIFA like me knows he ain't slow anyway. You know what I'm saying? Man's 80 fucking pace on FIFA. You know what I mean? Yeah?
What's his pace on FIFA?
80 pace. I think it's 81 acceleration or something and 80 pace.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, mate, he's decent. He's decent, yeah. Lacazette's criminally underrated on pace, yeah. Seriously, that geezer's fucking too slow on FIFA, but that's a different story. But I also think that Socrates has made Mustafi play a lot better. I know he fucked up and like air kicked one or misjudged the bounce or whatever. But if you look at the overall 5 games we've played, Mustafi's not been too bad. He's been better than he was with Koscielny, in my opinion.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
and I see somebody on Twitter yesterday, I think it was, or Saturday, saying, as soon as Koscielny's fit, we've got to drop Mustafi. No, we don't.
Right? Do you know what? I heard that. Somebody said that comment to me the other day. Oh, it was Tom on Gooner Talk. Shout out to Tom if he's watching. And he said that, you know, he'd be looking to drop Koscielny. And I must admit,
drop Mustafi,
as much as I criticise Mustafi, and you will not find a bigger critic of Mustafi than me, I'm not sure I would touch that situation.
No. No way in a million years. No way in a million years.
Koscielny, like Mustafi, sometimes is an accident waiting to happen. The one that looks calm and assured to me is Socrates. Yeah. My man knows what he's doing.
He's always in the right position. What
impressed me the most is his composure. Yeah. We've cried out for a defender with composure for such a long time, because I don't care what anyone says. Even when Koscielny was at his best, my man was rash. Mustafi, we know, is rash.
How long has the Premier League been going? 25 years? Whatever it is, 25 years. Koscielny's given away the most penalties in Premier League.
That's what I'm saying.
That tells you all you need to fucking know about him, right?
His pace is more often than not, his pace gets him out of trouble. But now his Achilles is getting worse and worse and worse.
Mate, let's be real. He shouldn't even be here. We should have fucking paid his contract off and fucked him off. Let's be real. Right? Let's be real. Get rid, bring Chambers back off loan. Happy days. Yeah. Right? But for me, the way I look at it, right? Everyone can slag Mustafi off all they want. These are the same people that were knocking one out when Mustafi and Koscielny had gone 22 games without fucking losing a game when he first signed. Do you remember? Yeah, do you remember? Yeah. Everyone, oh, fucking Kostafi, fuck off, you mug. Seriously, fucking the most gayest thing I've ever heard. No offense to gays, right? Seriously, the most bent thing I've ever heard, mate. Right? And these are the same people that are now sitting there slagging Mustafi off and saying Koscielny needs to come back in with half an Achilles, right? If you want to adopt a philosophy into your back line and into your starting 11 in terms of playing out from the back, right, you have got to stick with that. And I like the fact that he's stuck with that, right? Because, yes, they've all made mistakes. Bellerin, Monreal, Socrates and Mustafi, even Chig. We see it again at the weekend. He put one out for a corner. Yeah. But again, that was a stupid pass from Mustafi. But what I will say, no matter what happens, he ain't changing that fucking backline, mate. Because if you look at Pep Guardiola when he took over at Man City, he had Claudio Bravo in goal, who couldn't fucking, mate, that geezer, every shot at him went in, right? But he stuck with him all fucking season, though, didn't he? Yeah. And he said, no, I'm not changing. This is what I want to do. That is my defence. That is my goalkeeper. This is how I want to play. Then as soon as the summer come, he went, yeah, laters, I'm buying everything. Yeah, you're now benched, right? Yeah, you're now benched. But he didn't do that mid-season and go, oh, fuck it, let me ruin his confidence when we've got 4 competitions to play. To take Mustafi out and bring Koscielny in after he's been out for that long is fucking criminal, mate. You can't do it.
Absolutely right. Because some would make that argument for Chig, to be fair.
No, I'd keep him in. I've
been to-ing and throwing myself, because initially my attitude was play Chig, because, you know, for me, a keeper like Leno, who's young but has mistakes in him, I would want him to work hard and make sure when he does get his opportunity, he seizes it. Like, he'll get an opportunity on Thursday. Let's be real. He'll play on Thursday.
100% he's playing Thursday.
So for me, I was not on this kind of idea of, well, we just spent 25 million on a keeper, we should throw him in. No. You know what? That's how someone like Szczesny sees fucking Buffon's place. Because he came in and they sat him down on the bench immediately and said, listen, you ain't just...
Yeah, but as soon as he got in, he smashed it.
That's what I want Leno to do.
Do you know what, though, right? Let's be real, yeah? Leno was a number 1 where he was at, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, he was a number 1. Do you seriously think he was coming to Arsenal knowing that he was going to be benched? Because I do. I think that's what's happened. He's had a conversation.
Me too. Yeah.
You're coming to one of the biggest clubs in Europe. You're leaving not one of the biggest clubs in Europe. No disrespect to them, right? But you're coming to one of the biggest clubs in Europe with one of the best goalkeepers ever to play in this fucking country.
To learn be real.
Exactly. Yeah, he ain't that level now, but Czech was one of the best keepers in the world at the time. Yeah. Right? And one of the best I've seen. Right? You're going to learn off of him for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah? Next season, it's yours.
Bruv, I've said that on this channel before, bro.
But people keep sitting there going, yeah, but if we're going to play out from the back, we've got to go with Leno. How many people have actually seen Leno? Can he play out from the back? Fucking seriously.
Preach.
But at the same time, I have seen enough of Czech to know that he ain't good enough.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We're at the point where we know Czech ain't quite good enough, but we still want Leno to almost earn it.
Exactly.
So I really want to see what he's like on Thursday.
Mate, you've only got to look at it and go, like, if he come over and went bang straight in the first 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Against Man City, against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Let's say he had a howler.
Yeah.
What's that going to do to his mentality, man? His
And there
confidence,
you
right?
go.
And then let's say the manager goes, fucking hell, I've got to stop the Rock because my job's on the line. Fuck, I drop him. Yeah, you've then brought a £25 million goalkeeper. You fucked him in 2 games. Yeah,
And there you
keep
go.
him in the reserves, like sat on the bench, watching Chig every day in training. Chig ain't a prick, man. Chig ain't a wanker. He ain't going to go fuck him. He's going to help him out. The same as Lichtstein is helping Bellerin. Yeah,
And
the same as Socrates is helping the centre backs.
To be fair to Chig, bar the footwork.
Yeah, he's still quality, man.
He ain't been good. He ain't been bad, I should say. He ain't been bad.
Yeah, he's kept us in a lot of fucking... He kept us in that West Ham game, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, he kept us in the Chelsea game.
He made a couple of smart saves against Newcastle, bro. But people forget that.
Yeah.
People forget that.
But this is the thing, because it's a new signing, it's, oh, we've got Leno, we spent 25 mil. It's fashionable to go, fuck it, let's play him. Yeah? Nah. Petr Cech, other than a couple of dodgy kicks, nearly scoring an own goal against City, yeah, putting one out for a corner and faffing about and everyone getting on his back at home to Man City and booing him and jeering him when he's kicking it out, right? Other than that, he has fucking saved our ass multiple times this season, right? And there's no way I'd be dropping him for Premier League games.
Yeah.
No way.
Honestly, I could completely agree. I didn't think he was terrible against Newcastle. Yes, he had that one weird moment with his feet. And yes, Cech is not a good footballer if we're talking about people with their feet. But I think as a goalkeeper, I think he does fine. Yeah. I really do. I think he does fine.
The only soft spot that geezer has is down to his left.
Yeah.
We all know that. Everyone knows that. But even against West Ham, I was right behind the goal. I think it was Arnautovic or Felipe Luis. I can't. Oh no, it was Snodgrass. It was Snodgrass. Right on half time, Snodgrass is in, and he whacked one down low to his left. He kept hold of it. Yeah, if he had banged that in, that was game over, mate. Yeah, that would have been game over. He didn't. He caught it. He kept it, and we obviously went on to win the game, right? But you know, it's just like Arsenal fans are so reactive and like, you know, reactionary. It's like, oh, we've signed the keeper, we've got to play him. Yeah, and I'll be honest, I've been guilty of that. I said, like, I've seen enough of Cech to know he ain't good enough. Start Leno, and that was before a game was played, yeah? But now I've seen Cech play in the 5 games we've played. Yeah, mate, that geezer saved our ass. How many of us have actually seen Leno play for 5 games?
Yeah.
Yeah? So how can we all sit here and judge Leno, or like, off of the back and never seen him play? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's mad. Same with Torreira. Nobody even knew who the geezer was until fucking he was linked with us. Yeah, and then everyone's an expert on him. Oh, he's fucking great. And yes, he has looked great when he's come on. But how do we know he can play 90 minutes? So let's not, like, get carried away. That geezer for Boreham Wood spun Socrates, fucking left him for dead. Yeah? Against Boreham Wood. Everyone's going, oh, fucking hell, this is a shambles. How have we signed this geezer? He's slower than Mertesacker, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? Fucking...
I ain't gonna lie, it's one of them, I'll be honest.
Yeah? No, it's true, though. Yeah? That geezer's quick, right? And Socrates, that was his first game.
Yeah.
Right? And let's be honest, Socrates has probably been our best defender. Not even probably about it. He has been our best defender.
Because
quite comfortably.
Even Monreal weren't great against Cardiff, to be honest.
No.
I think Socrates has done okay. I must admit, I'm one of those people in my preview for Newcastle. I'd seen good performances from Socrates, but I hadn't seen a great one. And I said that what I wanted to see was a great one.
He was brilliant at the weekend.
It's almost as though the motherfucker heard me. He said, all right, watch me work.
Do you know what? When we played Man City, right? Let's be real, right? When we played Man City, yeah, that first half, he's got Aguero, and right up against him, one of the best strikers in the league, and has been for a long, long time. Yeah, he pocketed him. Yeah, he pocketed him. Yeah, Aguero got nothing.
It was
half chances.
I know because he was in my fantasy football team.
Yeah, I was sat like in the North Bank, and I'm watching Socrates, and I'm thinking, shit, Aguero's got the ball, he's running at him. Yeah, and I'm thinking, fucking, this could end up in fucking penalty. It could end up in like a goal, whatever. Mate, he's just cool, calm, collected, nicks the ball, blah blah blah, passes it to Monreal or whoever, Xhaka, whatever. Yeah, right. and he pocketed him. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Soon as no, it was Maitland-Niles playing left back, not Monreal. But soon as Lichtsteiner came on, that killed off Mahrez that day. Yeah, as soon as Lichtsteiner came on, the ball went out to Mahrez. He clattered him. Yeah, Mahrez got subbed in the end. Didn't get past him once, where he was killing Maitland-Niles before he went off injured. Right, and he ended up getting subbed. Right, so like, listen, there's 10 years of problems at this football club. Right, that ain't going to get eradicated in 5 games. Yeah, you've got to look at Man City. Right, when Man City hired Pep Guardiola, they already had Aguero, De Bruyne, Sterling, all them fantastic players, Company, blah, 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 right? All them top players, yeah? He then spent 220 odd million pounds adding to that and finished third. Right? So we were 6th last season. We spent 70 million quid. Does everyone think that we're just suddenly going to win the fucking league? Like, come on, man. If we finish 5th, it's better than last season. We've already got 2 away wins this year, which is 1 more than we did in the last 5 months of fucking last season. So I see improvement. I see what he's trying to do. I see what his method is. Yeah, I don't want to see Aubameyang pushed out to the left wing. Yeah, that pisses me off. I thought he was shit at the weekend. Right, that was the most ineffective he's been since last time we played Man City in the cup final. That day he was anonymous. Yeah, at Newcastle he was anonymous. Looked so far off the pace. A couple of chances he went clean through, and he just didn't look on it. So I don't want to see him pushed out on the wing, but I can see why he's put him out on the wing, because Iwobi weren't in the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Maybe Mickey weren't fit enough. So I ain't going to sit here and slate the manager. Mate, I'm giving this season, and you know me, bruv, yeah? I've told you since the start of the season, yeah? Right? Every single one of them has got a free pass all season, right? And I don't even care I don't even care, mate. As long as we finish higher than 6th, I don't even care. We've already won 2 away games, mate. I traipsed all the way out to Newcastle at the weekend, man. I was buzzing we beat them. Yeah, that was back-to-back away wins, man. 2017 was the last time we've been on back-to-back away wins, yeah? You know what I mean?
All right, well, let's talk about the future. So we've spoken a lot about what's happened previously, what happened today. Let's talk about Vorskla and get on to the preview. So, first of all, what do you know about Vorskla?
I know they're from Ukraine.
That is correct.
I know that they're 5th in the league, 4 wins, 4 losses. That's about it, mate. I must admit, until we were drawn against them, I didn't have a fucking clue who they were. And that's not being ignorant or nothing like that. It's just how it is.
Well, you know literally about as much as I do on them, I must admit. So they play in the Ukrainian league. I'm not even going to try and pronounce their names, even though I have them in front of me. But listen, the way I see it is this. None of us this time last year had heard of Ostersons. And if you did, power to you. I'll be real. I had never heard of Ostersons. And they gave us a bit of a scare when we went there and played.
That was the coldest football ground I've ever been in, by the way.
But speaking of which, are you going to these places when the games are?
Do you know what, right?
Fuck going to Ukraine in November, bro.
No, do you know what, right? That'd be a sick away trip, yeah? Same with
It'll be freezing, though.
Yeah, but mate, I've done minus 15 in Ostersund, man. Like standing on fucking 2 inches of fucking ice because I didn't clear the away end, fuckers. Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, I was going to do them. I was going to do all 3 of them: Azerbaijan for Karabag. I was going to do the Ukraine one for Vorskla, and then obviously Lisbon for Sporting. Yeah, right. But mate, these companies, man, for like travel, soon as the draw's done, bang. Like, the price goes up 400 quid. It's a fucking joke. Mate, to go to Lisbon, right, it's just a fucking rip-off. The cheapest way to do it is fly to Dublin and then get a flight from Dublin to Lisbon. But obviously, that means 2 days, 3 days off work. I can't afford to do that, man. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like when you've got bills to pay and shit, yeah, to go to Karabag, that's all in all, with loss of earnings, it's going to cost me £1,000. What's the fucking point? We're going to beat them anyway. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, what's the point? Yeah, Sporting Lisbon, I think the cheapest flight to Lisbon is 300 and something quid. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point? As much as I'd love to go to Lisbon, I've never been there. I ain't going to spend out 300 or fucking quid to get a flight to Lisbon. Yeah, and then like book a hotel, and then you got your drink, your drink and your food and shit like that. It's like, before you know it, you've done 600-700 quid, plus you're fucking off work for 2 or 3 days. And as much as I'd like to do it, it's just not viable, man. Do you know what I mean? And my plan at the start of the season was to do every single one of them, but I didn't expect to get Azerbaijan on a 5.5-hour flight. Although if we make the final, I'll be doing it because it's in Azerbaijan.
I bet you would.
Yeah, man.
All right, so I've actually managed to find some fun facts on Vorskla. So,
how much is a pint of beer out there?
So Vorskla secured a place in the Champions League Europa Cup final by finishing 3rd in their league, which is their joint highest ever final placing, and they qualified for Europe for the first time. We have not lost to a Ukrainian team in 5 meetings, and when we did go out, it was to one team. Do you remember who that was?
Is it Shakhtar?
Not quite. It's Dynamo Kiev in 19.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
Remember I remember that. That one was a hard one because it was an added time equalizer, that one. Oh, God, yeah, that one stunk. But yeah, so we don't have a bad record to these guys. It is a team I expect us to completely dominate and beat. So I guess let's move on to the kind of teams that we would play. So I know you don't do previews and reviews these days, which I know somebody else in the chat room will ask me what the fuck is happening on your channel. We're not going to explain for a full fucking time. Just go back, look through all the shows, and we give a thorough explanation each time.
Don't worry. I will be back. Return of the Mac, like fucking Mark Morrison once said. I'm just biding my time, man. So
I made this argument on the Gooner Talk on Sunday, and it was a good debate, and that was the fact that, should Aubameyang start up front in this game?
100%.
I think so too, for confidence, if for nothing else.
Yeah.
Start him up front, get him nice and sharp, buzzing, give him an hour, pull him off.
Yeah,
100% agree. Bring on an Eddie or someone like that.
I'd start them both. I'd start Mickey as well.
So now I'm about to ask you. So what would be your 11 for that game?
That's a great question. Obviously, Leno in goal.
Of course.
Because he's so good at playing out from the back, as we all know.
Yeah, we're all experts on Leno.
Yeah, Leno in goal. Kolasinac left back. Is he fit? Is he back yet? If he's not, then obviously that can't happen. Is he actually back yet? I don't think he's back till November, is he?
I don't think him or Ainsley.
Right, okay. Okay, so we're fucked at left back. We'll probably go with Welbeck at left back then. Mate, who are we going to play left back? We ain't got no left backs.
We're going to have to play Nacho. It's going to happen.
We're going to have to, aren't we? And then we're going to have to play Lichtsteiner right back. Centre backs, I'll play Mavropanos. He's a nice lad, by the way. I've met that guy. I met him at Chelsea. Yeah, really nice lad.
I heard that from, because I heard that from someone else.
Yeah, nice lad. He can't speak a word of fucking English, but he seemed all right.
Yeah. You still can't speak English, okay?
Yeah, seriously, mate. I was trying to chat away to him. He can't speak English, but he was friendly, shook my hand and all that, and like up the Gunners and all that stuff. So yeah, nice enough. Do you know what I mean? But so I'd go with him at centre back. Who else we got at centre back? We got any other centre backs? Fucking
Holding, bro.
Holding, fucking hell, the forgotten man.
Yeah.
So yeah, Holding and Mavropanos at centre back, Lichtsteiner right back, Monreal left back, Leno goalkeeper. Midfield, I would go with Torreira. I'd start him.
Okay.
I wouldn't play him the full game, but I'd start him. Next to him, I would go with... Who would I go with? I'd go with Guendouzi. I'd play both of them.
Okay.
Then I would go with, if he's fit, Iwobi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if he is going to be fit though. I don't know. I don't know where he was at the weekend. I didn't. I see the starting 11 and the subs. I was like, where the fuck's Iwobi? That's my boy.
He's training, so I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that's my boy this season, man.
Yeah, he looked like he was training well too.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. He weren't even in the squad. Fuck knows, man. Maybe he fucking done an injury we don't know about. I don't know, but yeah, I'd go with Iwobi, and then I'd go with Mickey, Aubameyang up top, and I'd play Eddie with him. So like basically a 4-4-2, but then I'd tell Eddie to sort of drop back into midfield if he could. But then obviously that means no place for Welbeck, and I thought Welbeck played all right when he came on. I know he didn't come on for long. Yeah, but chasing balls down, I don't know. Can you play Eddie over Welbeck? I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Yeah, see, for me, and I've slightly changed my mind since Sunday, but for me, my hopeful 11 would be Leno in goal, Jacobson right back. No, I'm joking. Lichtsteiner right back. Mavropanos holding and Nacho left back. Guendouzi and Torreira. I'd start them with a view of bringing off Torreira and probably slotting Willock or someone like that in his place.
Yeah, after about an hour or so.
Yeah, after about an hour or so.
Yeah.
I'm going to just realise something. I'm going to come back to it after. And my attacking midfielders would be Mickey as a number 10. I'd really like to see him as a number 10.
Okay.
Iwobi out right, Welbeck out left, and Aubameyang up top with maybe Eddie to get half an hour or so. One thing I have noticed, neither one of us, and I noticed it wasn't mentioned on Sunday, had mentioned Smith Rowe. Would you feature him in this match?
No.
Ah, that is interesting.
I'd have him on the bench, but I wouldn't start him.
Would you feature him though? Right? Would you give him like 5-10 minutes here and there?
Depends how the game goes. Like, let's be real, we should absolutely batter him. But we've done this all too often in years gone by. Remember Jeff?
Yeah.
Adelaide? Yeah, the next best thing because he done one little skill move in a fucking pre-season game. Yeah, where's he now? Do you know what I mean? Chuba Akpom, where's he now? Do you know what I mean? He's playing in Greece.
I had big hopes for both of them too, though.
Yeah, really... and this is the thing. Arsenal fans, like I said, they're very reactionary, mate. It's like one player does a little skill move in a fucking pre-season, right? He's going to be the fucking baller. Yeah, it don't work. It don't work like that. Like Leno signs for Arsenal. Oh, we can play out from the back because Czech can't. Like, come on, man, engage your brain. Yeah, like, and this is why I won't big up this Smith Rowe. Yes, he's looked very good in the pre-season games. He scored a fucking banger against Atletico, right? But there's no way I'm going down that road of going, yeah, he's going to be great, because we don't know if he's going to be great. Yeah. You know, we all sit here and go, Reece Nelson's fucking class. He smashes under 23s. He's playing for Hoffenheim. Do you know what I mean? So
he scored the other day.
First touch, come off the bench, bang, and they still lost. 86th minute equaliser and they lost. they gave a penalty away in the 88th minute. But do you know what? Do you know what? I didn't know this as well. I actually looked earlier at the fixtures this week. They're in the fucking Champions League.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's playing at a higher level than
it's mad, isn't it? It's fucking crazy. Like, no, fair play to him though, man. But do you know what? I'm a little bit gutted he has gone, because I out of all the crop of youngsters we've had over the years, I do think he is the fucking exceptional one. But he just hasn't had that fucking run of 5, 6, 7 games in a row to prove it. It's like little appearances here and there off the bench, or he'll start and it'll be a tough game for him, so he gets subbed.
Me too.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me this question once, like, who do I have the biggest hopes for? Reece Nelson, Willock, Eddie, and Smith Rowe. And for me, I think it's Nelson. I think he has it. It's just a case of, like you say, giving him a run, giving him an opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to give him 5, 6 games. But the problem is, when you're a club like Arsenal, you can't give him 5, 6 games when you've got Aubameyang and Lacazette and Welbeck in front of you.
Exactly. Although what I was saying, Oliver Foray just mentioned it in the chat room, which I think is a great point. Nagelsmann, the manager at Hoffenheim, a fantastic manager, fantastic,
very tactically aware.
Yeah. So he's going to nurture some shit out of Reece so that when he comes back, hopefully Emre will see how much is developed and keep
Well, the thing is, if you look at it, yeah, he's gone there, and fair play to him for going there. It's a completely different country, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Brave,
completely
brave.
different culture, different methods on football, philosophy on football, and that. Different manager, different language. Yeah, a bit like Emery when he first came here. We were all like, explain. And we're like,
which still got pinned. Which he still got pinned.
Yeah, I still got that pinned, you know. Yeah, right. That was a sick tweet, by the way. Right, but like, it's a different culture. It's different everything, right? And for him to come off the bench with 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And his first fucking touch, he equalises, yeah? Whether they lost or not is irrelevant, right? Yeah. Every single one of them Hoffenheim fans is now thinking, do you know what? This geezer's all right, yeah? So when he comes on next time or starts the next game, 100% behind him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And like that, fair play to him, man. Like that debut couldn't have gone any fucking better other than a win or a draw or whatever, yeah? Right, but to score with your first touch on your first game for your club on loan is just fucking mental. Yeah, like that's like he must have dreamt that. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to score with my first touch. But like I said, to come into Arsenal and take Mkhitaryan's spot or Ozil's spot because he plays the same position. Let's be real, he's a number 10. Yeah, Iwobi. He's got all three of them in front of him.
Yeah,
he's not a winger. We know he ain't a winger. He's a number 10, right? And he's got three decent players all in front of him. So props to him for going out on loan. And then when you've got a new manager in charge at Arsenal, you can't afford to play him 6-7 games in a row.
Yeah.
Because if it goes wrong, you're fucked. You're now in mid-table and your job's under pressure. So I see why we loaned him out. Although I think we should have kept him, man. I do. I think we should have kept him on the bench and maybe played him like against the lesser teams in the league. But
I just think it's weird that a team crying out for so much width, which you think is key to the way Emre wants to play. And he lets go of our only person that could. I hear what you're saying about him being a number 10, but he wasn't a bad winger when given the opportunity.
No, true. I mean, if you look in pre-season, when we played Chelsea in Dublin, the cross he put in for fucking Lacazette to equalise. Yeah, but you know what I will say, right? And modern football in the last couple of years or so, you don't need width. Right, and I'll tell you why that you're sitting there thinking, what the fuck are you chatting about, right?
I was going to say, thinking about Man City, I'm like, all right.
No, yeah, Man City are the exception to the rule, right?
Yeah.
Man City could play one in defence, yeah, right? And they'd still fucking not concede a goal. And they'd still win 7-0 or whatever, right? Man City are the exception, right? And they are the exception to what I'm about to say, right? Every single club in England, not just England, but in Europe, most clubs, right, other than Man City, play with inverted wingers. Yeah. Right, so if you're going to go with a winger, you play with an inverted winger. Right, so Gareth Bale at Real Madrid will play right wing. So he cuts inside onto his left and he can ping a shot into the top corner with his left, right? Neymar, we know he's both footed, but his strongest foot is his right. He plays left wing for PSG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same in England. Every single fucking club, bar Man City, plays with inverted wingers. So what's the fucking point? Because you're going to put a winger out there and they're going to cut inside. So everyone says we need width, we need width, we need width. We don't need width because our width comes from Bellerin and Monreal. Yeah, and if they're on their jobs properly, they're whipping balls in left, right and centre. And our midfielders, Ramsey, Xhaka, whoever it may be, Ozil, and our strikers are making moves in the box, they're dropping off, running front post, back stick, whatever. If our wing, right back and left back are doing their jobs properly, we've got enough whip to whip balls in. Go and have a look at that Chelsea game. I know we lost. Look how many balls we whipped into their box.
I kind of have a similar point of view, just told from a different slant. So I agree. I do think that our wing backs give us width anyway, which is more reason why I would like us to play two up front, because I feel like we don't have wingers, so let's not pretend like we do. You stick maybe two defensives, slightly more defensive-minded midfielders in there, and then maybe a Ramsey type, and then you could probably have an Ozil type just before that, and then you have two strikers. The attacking nature of that team would be ridiculous. And then you have your two defensive midfielders who, as soon as the wing backs go bombing like they normally do anyway, these two motherfuckers just fill in for them.
Did you notice, right? And I agree with what you just said, right? But against certain teams, you don't need two defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing at home against, I don't know, somebody like Cardiff, for example.
I agree.
Why do you need two? You don't, right?
Yeah.
Against the bigger teams, yes, you will need the two. And if you look back to years gone by, we had Vieira and Petit, who just used to shield that back four, right? Yeah. And that's why we used to win against Man United more often than not. And we used to fucking rinse Chelsea every time we played them, regardless of whether we were 2 down or what, right? Yeah. But if you look against Newcastle, that first half, right, Bellerin and Monreal were both bombing forward, right? And they were both fucking so far up the pitch. We then lose the ball. They're then one ball over the top. They're straight at Mustafi. He misses it. Bang, Socrates has got to come in and fucking last ditch him, yeah? Right? Second half, if you noticed, when Bellerin went, Monreal stayed back. Yeah, and vice versa. Yeah, and then you've got Torreira just marshalling in front of Socrates and Mustafi, right? And then you've got Xhaka just in front of Torreira. So then if we did get countered, you've got Monreal back, you've got Mustafi and Socrates back, you've got Torreira in front, and Xhaka's not too far away. So then you've got 5 back. Whereas in the first half, one long ball, it was 2 on 2. Yeah, whereas the second half, if they were doing a long ball over the top, it was their 2 against our 5. Yeah, and in certain games, you've got to do that. You've got to go with Bellerin goes forward, Monreal's clever enough to say, I'm staying back. And Bellerin stays back when Monreal goes forward. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you've got to do that, especially away, because our away form has been shocking, mate. Like proper shit for a long, long time now. Right? All last season we were bantered. All season, mate, fucking roasted every away game, yeah? Right? And the way we managed that game against Newcastle, especially second half, first half was dead. It was the most boring first half of football I've ever watched. Right? But the second half, the way we managed it, and the way, like I said about Ozil earlier, yeah, at stoppage time, he's busting his bollocks off to get the ball back and hold the ball up and stuff like that. And it's like, you don't really see that. And like in previous games this season, but especially last season, Bellerin and Monreal were caught up high in line with a penalty spot. Yeah. We're countered, bang, they're straight in at Koscielny or Mustafi. Yeah, one long ball. We see it all the time. West Brom. Yeah, like Stoke. Every game we play. Yeah, but this season, it's sort of been like that. But when we played Newcastle, I noticed second half, it was a case of, okay, so Bellerin's bombing forward, Monreal's going, fuck that, I'm staying back. So I think Emery sort of realised over them 4.5 games up until that point, we can't just keep bombing forward because we're so easy to counter against. Yes. And the difference between us and Man City is if you watch Man City, right, and I've noticed this a lot, yeah, when Man City are going forward, and I know they dominate possession, right, but when they're going forward, Kyle Walker playing at right back, right, when their left back, who was Fabian Delph last season, is bombing forward and he's right up there, right, Kyle Walker tucks in next to Company, or Stones, or wherever their centre back is at the time, So it's like a free at the back, right? When Delph's not got the ball, he will tuck inside as well, right? So if they get countered, they've got their 2 lumps in centre back, but then they've got their 2 quick fucking left and right backs tucked in as well. There's no way in a million years they're getting countered. Yeah, and Arsenal have got to do that, man. Like Arsenal have got to say, look, if we're going to dominate possession, and we bomb up the left with Monreal, and Bellerin's bombed up the right, and we give it to Ozil, for example. As soon as we give that to Ozil, we've got to drop back and tuck in next to our centre backs. So if we get countered, there's 4 of us at the back, and then Torreira drops deep, or Xhaka, whoever it is playing. So no way in a million years is 2 beating 5. Yeah, and that's why Man City dominate possession and don't get countered.
Yeah.
And mate, listen, me and you could play against Vorskla tomorrow, Thursday night. We're going to win the game. Let's be real. Yeah. Everyone in the chat room, look, mate, bring your boots. Anyone who wants a game, fuck it, bring your boots. Man. I'll speak to Emery, man. I'll phone him up. Explain why I can't play.
So I guess with that, Let's get your predictions of Vorskla.
Mate, do you know what, right? I'll be honest with you, yeah? I'm not going to mug this lot off because I've never seen them play. Well, I don't know any of their players. I don't even know what part of the Ukraine they're from. And sorry if you can't see me on the camera, by the way, but my battery's dying, so I'm charging it. And I can't charge it while my earpiece is plugged in because it's an iPhone X. So I've got to charge it on a charge plate.
And if he takes his earpiece out, you guys won't be able to hear him.
Exactly.
You'll bitch at me. So.
Yeah, but I'm not going to mug them off. Like I say, I don't know where they're from the Ukraine. I don't know what part of the Ukraine they're from. I've never seen them play. I don't know how many goals they've conceded this season, whatever. I don't know what team we're going to play, although I've predicted mine and you've done yours.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 5-0. I can't see him scoring. And I think it'll be probably a record for the most possession in the Europa League. and that's without mugging him off. That's without mugging him off. Yeah, I think it'll be a record for the most possession for a team in the Europa League.
As both of our boys would say, Ola says that we are the Father Christmas of football.
Nah, man, ain't happening. Ain't happening, bro.
Big up, Ola.
Ain't happening, man. Yeah, we like I said, everyone in the chat room could go and bring their boots and start the game. I still think we'll beat them, right? And like I said, I don't want to be a cunt. I don't want to sound disrespectful or anything, right? But if our under fucking 18s can't beat this lot, we shouldn't be in the competition. And any Vorskla fans that are watching this, if there is any out there watching this, come holler me on Thursday. I'll shake your hand. I don't mean to be a prick, but that's just how I'm saying it.
I was going to say, these motherfuckers are going to come in force.
Yeah, and enjoy London, man. Enjoy. Do you know what, right? I'll be straight up, Chris, right? Last season, everyone was going, oh, we're in the fucking Europa League, load of shit, mate. That was fucking banter all season. I loved it, right? I was in with the fucking Ostersund fucking fans, right? When they're doing their fucking 3-mile walk, mate, yeah? And they're beating their drum and they're on the fucking, like, the megaphone and all that. Yeah, and I was like, shit, I don't know how I got in the crowd with them. I'm doing their fucking 3-mile walk to the ground. Yeah, and they're all singing their songs. I had blonde hair, blue eyes. I fitted in, do you know what I mean, right? I was at the game, the first Europa League game we had, when Cologne fans stormed the fucking stadium. Yeah, mate, that was the best atmosphere we've ever had at the Emirates. Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 fucking Cologne fans standing behind me, and I'm like, listen, like...
And to back Lee up, right? Last year, he WhatsApp voice noted me. My man sounded like he was opening a Christmas present on Christmas Day. He was so excited. He was like, what is this? This is amazing. This is like, what? This is atmosphere. This is what real atmosphere is. He was buzzing.
Mate, it was mad. Do you know what? When I went to take my seat, yeah, right, I nudged DT and I was like, can you see them Germans? And they stood right behind us. And basically what they'd done is they'd stormed the fucking disabled entrance. At the clock end. Like where the away fans are, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? And they stormed it and they fucking like, because we were in the ground already. Like the turnstile, well, I was like, why aren't the turnstiles open yet? Like all the stewards were going, how the fuck you got in the ground? Like, like we're just walking around. That's when I met John Cross. I got a selfie with John Cross for the banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oi, Smithers, come here. Right? I actually called him that, you know. Right? But and Andy came over to me like a bitch. Right, but no, we're in the ground and they stormed the fucking clock end disabled entrance, yeah, where the away fans come in. Mm-hmm. Literally, mate, like they're in the executive boxes, they're fucking running around the whole stadium, and I'm like, what the fuck? They postponed the game an hour. When we took our seats, yeah, there was 3 Cologne fans stood like behind where we stand, yeah. Nudge detail, I was like, right, we got 3 Germans behind us, man, like. So I've walked up to him. I've gone, listen, we don't want no trouble tonight, yeah? You here for a good time? And they're like, yeah, no trouble, no trouble. Like, we take pictures, we take videos, blah, 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 yeah? Right? We were right behind Sanchez's goal, yeah? As soon as he hit that fucking ball, the curl on the ball, I knew it was in, right? Them 3 Germans behind us were fucking videoing the fucking celebrations in the North Bank, mate. Yeah, they were singing fucking the Alexis Sanchez baby tune and all that. Yeah, mate, fucking wicked, mate, mad, right? And then when I looked up, where the executive boxes and club level and all that is in the North Bank, mate, there was a guy, a Cologne fan, on a megaphone and a walkie-talkie and all that, and he's telling people, yeah, there's spare seats down here, there's spare all organised, man. And how they pulled that off was fucking unreal, right? But that was the first Europa League game. I was like, welcome to the Europa League, right? Yeah, then I did the round the fucking Balkans to go and watch fucking Arsenal against Barty because fucking...
Whose fault was that again?
Yeah, DT's fault. Yeah. He won't ever admit that. Yeah, but do you know what, right? Seriously, if you ain't checked his vlog out for that game, I swear. Yeah, that was the fucking funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'll never forget that day, man. Yeah, that was just banter, man. We were fucking getting rejected at borders and all sorts, man. Fucking went through about 4 countries to get to that game. And do you know what was funny about that game, right? Is Walcott was on a hat-trick and we got a penalty. Yeah, but he passed it to Giroud so he could score his 100th goal for Arsenal, and not one person said shit. Soon as Lacazette and Aubameyang have their little thing, everyone's in meltdown. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? And then we play Ostersund's, and it's fucking the coldest state. Mate, I love the Europa League, man.
Atletico. You always said that. You always said
mate, Ostersund's was the coldest stadium I've ever been to, right? But when we rocked up there, we just walked straight on the pitch. Like fucking 11 o'clock in the morning, we're bowling around the pitch talking to UEFA executives. Yeah, and they're like, oh, how you doing? Like some Scottish guy with a fucking UEFA badge on him. It's like, how you doing? What's your name? Yeah, DT's strolling around the fucking changing rooms and the press area. Yeah, fucking we're taking penalties on the pitch and all that. And then some steward comes along. It's like 11 in the morning, yeah? Right? Some steward comes along and goes, yeah, we don't mind you being here, but can you get off the pitch? Yeah, we're like, what the fuck? Yeah, and then I missed AC Milan. I was ill that week. But we played Atletico. That was the loudest football ground I've ever fucking been in my life, mate. Yeah, okay. like it was it was one of the nicest football grounds. How the fuck I got there, I'll never know. I lost fucking everybody, man. Like, ended up getting on the metro, and Arsenal tweeted a link out saying, don't get on line 7, get on line 5. Yeah. I got on line 7. I'm on my fucking ones in my Arsenal shirt full of a fucking tube full of Atletico fans. Yeah. And then I met this fucking couple that were on there. They had their little boy, yeah, and all decked out. The kid was the same as my daughter, yeah. And I said to him, who's your favourite player? He goes, Cristiano. I said, bruv, he plays for Real. Yeah, and the dad goes, shh. He goes, shh. We forced him to support Atletico, but he really supports Real. Yeah. And then I get to the ground. Yeah, fucking eventually I found troops. Yeah, fucking I swear to God, mate, I was so fucking pissed. I don't know how I got to the ground, right? We were on it all day, yeah. Right. And I swear, every time we got the ball and we got close to their fucking goal, their fans got louder. And as soon as they cleared the ball away, their fans drop down in voice and that, yeah. We get the ball back close to their goal. Their fans get like, mate, it was just like it was mad. I've never seen anything like it, yeah. And then afterwards, fucking, I think Lee Judges see a load of fucking, like, the police, yeah, because they're like Darth Vader. They have all the fucking body armor and all that shit on there. And they're just whacking up people, man. I never see none of that, but I know Lee did. I know we see a lot of that, and like fucking, like, random Arsenal fans are just walking past and they've all got the Alsatians, these coppers, and they've got the visors down, so you can't recognise any copper. They all look the same, yeah? And they're just whacking up random Arsenal fans, man, just beating them with batons and shit, man, setting the dogs on them. I mean, luckily I never seen none of that, but yeah, fucking from start to finish, that Europa League was fucking mental last season, man. I'll never forget that, fucking never, to the day I die, man. And that fucking Barty away. me and DT still speak about that now. I'm like, fucking, we ain't letting you book flights again, you prick. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And he's like, it weren't my fault. You had a good time though, innit? It was funny when we got rejected at border at Belarus. Yeah, we're in the middle of a fucking motorway, and fucking Parker from Thunderbirds with his big cap on. Yeah, fucking no, rejected. Then the taxi driver we'd fucking booked fucked off, left us, and then they're going, get off our fucking territory. We're like, mate, we're in the middle of a motorway at 11 o'clock at night. What do you want us to fucking do? So we phoned the embassy, and they were like, down to them if they let you in. Yeah. So in the end, the fucking geezer who rejected us walked us over the other side of the border to go back to Lithuania. And the geezer who was driving us back had no fucking fingers, mate. Yeah, it was fucked. Like, from his knuckles down, he had like not the knuckle like, but the second knuckle closest to your fingernails. Yeah, from there down, he had no fingers. Yeah, and every time he went over a bump, it was like beer bottles rattling in the back. It was smashed, mate. Yeah, we get back to fucking Vilnius Airport. Yeah, like there was 3 of us. We all sat in different parts of the airport, not speaking to each other. So it's your fucking fault. No, it's your fault, mate. It was fucking funny, man. Fucking maddest football game I've ever been to, like in terms of getting there and back. You know, fucking cost me about fucking 800 odd quid in the end as well.
Well, speaking of which, I guess talking about just moving on into the future, do you see Arsenal? Do you see you doing more trips like that, i.e., following Arsenal all the way to hopefully a Europa League final? How do you rate our chances this season?
Do you know what, right? Last season it was difficult because, you know, obviously Atletico Madrid had fucking done all right in the Champions League a few years prior to that, yeah? So it was like, fucking hell. Like, and everyone said from the get-go, if you beat Atletico, you win it, right? And that proved to be the case. Like, you know, they ended up winning it. Yeah. But when we played them at the Emirates, mate, that should have been 6. Yeah. The chances that should have been dead and fucking buried, right? Yeah. And then coming back to the Koscielny, yeah, what was he doing? And then fucking Griezmann standing there doing the fucking Fortnite L dance and all that and the fucking clock end, yeah? And like, they deserve fuck all that, mate. But do you know what? That atmosphere that night was good as well. That was one of the best. Yeah, it was so loud that night. It was rammed from fucking about half hour before kickoff. Everyone's waving their fucking like flags and all that. But I said all season, yeah, as soon as we got out the group stage, I said I want Atletico. And Robbie kept saying to me, "Are you fucking mad?" And I was like, "Bruv, I need some sun on my skin, bruv." Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's not all about kind of fucking Moscow and shit, right? And like, I always think in my head that the team everyone fears, I want to play them first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone's like, "You're mad, you're mad." It's like, no, I'm not mad. If we beat them, we're then fucking gonna win it. Yeah. Right?
And if we have ambitions to win the fucking thing, we've got to play them at some point.
And the thing is, if we had got them in the final, they would have beaten us. I'm adamant of that. Right? Playing them over 2 legs, if you fuck up in the first leg, you've got a second chance to fucking beat them. Right? Playing them in a one-off game, you fuck up, it's done. Right? And I do believe they would have beaten us in the final. Simeone is a fucking sick manager, and they have got mate, defensively, right? When we played them at the Emirates and they went down to 10 men, I think Vasalico got sent off, yeah? Right? After about 10 minutes or whatever. But Lacazette missed 2 fucking sitters before he got sent off. Right? But even when Simeone got sent off, yeah, they're such a solid drilled unit, mate, yeah?
They're used to
right? And they don't, like, when you're a winger, like, when you're out wide, they ain't going out to press you. They're like, yeah, keep whipping balls in. We're just fucking heading them away. Yeah, because they're so confident in their ability to win the ball in the air, right? And when you've got Godin in defence and players like that, man, it's just like, do you know what I mean? They are fucking top draw players, right? And they never once pressed us out wide. They let us keep whipping balls in high into the box, and every time we whipped it in, they kept fucking winning it. Yeah, their goalkeeper was fucking on one. He turned into fucking Spider-Man that night. And I am gutted that we never fucking ended up winning it, man, because I think that was our chance. And on the flip side of that, I will say, if we had won it, Wenger would probably still be here.
I was going to say.
Do you know what I mean? And let's be honest, we probably should have won it because we fucking battered them at the Emirates, man. I've never seen Atletico get battered that much ever. And I watch Spanish football every week, yeah? I've never seen them get battered that hard. Right? But we just missed so many sitters, man. It was like the Chelsea game this season. Just missing fucking sitters, right? But for this season, it depends, right? Because obviously fucking Chelsea are in it this season, and they've started the season off well. I think Tottenham are going to fucking fall out their group. Will Man United take it seriously, the Champions League? Who knows? You know, and if you look at the teams that are in the Champions League, you know, Hoffenheim are in there, like I said earlier. You know, I don't expect them to get out their group. They'll drop down. You know, there's a lot of teams in there that are half decent. But I think last season was probably our best chance we're ever going to have to win that. Seriously, I really do. Although saying that, Yeah, although saying that, I do think like I don't know, like the teams we had last season, everyone was wanking off. Oh, AC Milan, mate, they were shit. Yeah, they were fucking shit, right? Ostersund, we got lucky, like fucking capitulated nearly at home, right?
Yeah.
But let's be real, they're not all that, are they? And we've
Yeah.
done the job away from home first,
Yeah.
right? But I think this season it's going to be harder because the teams this season are going to start taking it more seriously because you get the Champions League spot for it, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know, man. Like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm just happy that we're in a competition and we're talking about trying to win it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because the Champions League, we're only in it for money. So it was nice to have a little change and to actually get to a semi final. Yeah, I'm gutted we never won it, but you know what? I had a fucking great time in Madrid. Yeah, I met a guy that I've spoke to on Twitter for 6 years. Never met him before. Yeah, I met him out in Madrid. He was at the game. Yeah, and fucking yeah, it was sick, man. Fucking good people, nice sun, good food. We lost the game, but I tell you something, like I said earlier, yeah, that was the best football ground I've ever been to in my life, mate. Not just looks wise, yeah, but sound wise, that was the loudest football ground. Anfield was loud when we lost 4-0. Yeah, yeah, that was fucking loud. But mate, Atletico, that stadium, I don't think I'll ever be in a louder football stadium, mate. That was fucking unbelievable.
Wow. Okay. Well, as we start to kind of wrap it up and get up out of it, I'll just ask the chat room to give us a couple of questions to kind of go out on. Everyone
Sorry,
who's listening,
I know I'm rambling. I've had about
no,
fucking
no, no,
8
no,
pints.
no,
Do you know what I mean? So
it's been a while. Trust me,
no, it
the
has been
amount
a
of
while,
people that
mate. I
always
ain't in no
ask,
rush, man. So like, let's go 3 questions, man.
apart from anything, bro. These lot in the chat room know what time it is. It's Chiggy Bang time. So whenever
Chiggy bang, I like that. That's almost like Mustafi.
whenever it's Chiggy Bang time, they know what time it is.
Do you know
So
what I mean?
I'll just answer these 3 questions real quick for you guys and present it to you, and you give your answers to what they are. So the questions. So
Yeah, go on, man.
Michael Hahnemann asks, would Aubameyang have made a difference in that Madrid game? I was gutted he couldn't play because
Oh, fucking hell, that's a great question.
and he would have had a field day in his opinion.
I think in the first leg, 100% he would have had made a difference.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to Lacazette because in terms of natural finisher, I think Lacazette's better.
Me too.
Yeah, and physicality, mate. Lacazette's a fucking boss, mate. That geezer and I've seen him up close and personal, mate. Yeah, that guy ain't that tall.
Yeah,
and you've only got to look at the West Ham goal. Yeah, where he fucking held that geezer off and then just fucking pinged it, and it ended up being an own goal.
yeah,
yeah.
Do you like the Dwight York Andy Cole comparisons between those two?
No.
I knew you wouldn't. Wouldn't.
No. I don't like comparing players, man. Like you of past generations, it's like people comparing Ozil to Bergkamp. It's just like fucking turn it in. You never see Bergkamp, mate. Yeah. Yeah, mate, that geezer's the greatest player ever to play for our fucking football club. I'm telling you. Yeah, I don't care what anyone tells me, but I see why people do it. It just fucking jars me when they do it. But yeah, in answer to the question, I think the first leg at the Emirates, I think if we had Aubameyang on the pitch, we probably would have ended up in the final after that first leg, regardless of the fucking scoreline at their fucking ground. The chances we spunked, mate. Seriously, like if Aubameyang was on the pitch, I think he would have had a field day.
Yeah.
And like I said, their defense is fucking shit hot. Yeah, we created 20 odd fucking chances against that lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apart from anything, it was during a period of time where Aubameyang was lethal for.
Exactly. Other than the Man City Cup final, where I thought he was fucking anonymous.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was his fault. I think that was more our midfield's fault.
Our service was poor, yeah.
Yeah. There was that one chance where Wilshere played him in. He went clean through, but I think he was offside.
Yeah.
In the cup final. But yeah, I don't know. I do think if we had Aubameyang available, which is a fucking disgrace that he weren't available, but then Sanchez was available for United in the Champions. It's fucking. I'm glad they've changed that shit this season.
They've changed it now, isn't it?
Yeah. right? And again, fair play to Wenger because he was a reason why they've changed it. See, I'm not a hater all the time. Do you know what I mean? Right? But no, I do. I think if we had had Aubameyang and Lacazette both available, I think we would have won it.
I agree. Second question. If you only had a choice of one, who would you play up top? Uber or Laka?
Fucking
and that's from
man.
King James V.
King James V. What a name.
Don't know what happened to the first, second, and third, but there you go.
Mate, he chopped their heads off.
Yeah.
That's a fucking tough one, man. That is a proper tough question. Do you know why, right? Because I fucking love Aubameyang. I love everything about him. I love the fact that he's fucking flashy as fuck. Yeah, I do. I love the fact he's flashy as fuck. I love the fact that he's just fucking like always smiling. Everyone said this geezer's fucking shit in the dressing room. He's a problem, a headache. Yeah, really? Yeah, he looks like a fucking joker to me. I love the fact that him and Laka like get on so well, and it's not like, oh, you've come to take my place. Lacazette's gone, whoa, sweet, we'll be bros, yeah. I don't know, man. Do you know what? Right, people are going to hate on this, but I'm going to go Laka.
I'll go Laka as well. I was just about to say the same.
And the reason I'll say Laka is because I think that he's got more, like I said, more physicality, yeah, and he's more of a natural finisher. And you've only got to look against his goal against Cardiff.
Yeah.
Would Aubameyang have pinged that in how he did? It's just natural. I don't think he would. I think he would have took a touch and maybe drilled it low across goal.
Agreed. I think people like Aubameyang because he's a very extravagant, he's quick on the ball. But like you say, I think Laka is actually the better finisher. And that's a lot of the reason why I predicted at the very start of the season that Laka would go on to have, provided they're both fit, I think that Laka will score more goals than Uber, just because I think he has a better all-round presence in the.
I mean, like I said, against West Ham, that own goal the geezer scored, yeah, you've only got to look at the strength and the backing into the centre-back that Lacazette did, yeah, and then he had the fucking vision to see Aubameyang and ping it across goal whilst holding a big lump off of him, behind him. And I actually thought Aubameyang scored that, and I didn't realise until I got out of the ground it was actually an own goal.
Yeah.
Right? But if that was the other way round, would Aubameyang have done that?
Yeah, I agree.
Probably not. So we probably wouldn't have gone on to end up winning the game. Do you know what I mean? So,
and people, don't get it twisted. No one is hating on Uber.
I trust. Nobody loves Aubameyang more than me, mate. Trust me.
I love him. African as well, so you know I love my brother. But to me, I just think Laka is just, to me, he's the player I would have.
He's the. Do you know what, right? In comparison, and I don't like doing this. Okay. I know I said a minute ago, and this is going to contradict what I said a minute ago about comparing players from previous eras, yeah? Yeah, so don't think I'm a prick for saying this. He is the closest player we've had to Ian Wright.
Agreed.
Yeah? Like, since Ian Wright left.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in terms of height, build, the way he don't shirk a tackle, his physical side of it, his finishing. He's not as good as Ian Wright. Yeah. And people don't realise how quick he is, mate. Yeah, like that first 5 yards, he's rapid, right? And I'm not saying he's the same level as Ian Wright because Ian Wright's fucking levels above him, mate. Yeah, right. But he is the closest of that sort of instinctive, just like fucking. Like I remember fucking Ian Wright stamping on Peter Schmeichel, mate. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I remember watching that game. Yeah, and he stamped on him and done him. Right, Lacazette's got that in him. I don't think Aubameyang has.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and against certain teams, yeah, the shitty teams, like the fucking ones that want to stick it on you and all that, Lacazette ain't shirking that. I think Aubameyang does.
And you know what's kind of scary about
I'm just glad we got them both.
Yeah, of course. And you know what's scary about that? Lacazette's only 27. Imagine what it'll be like in a couple of years.
Mad.
Motherfuckers. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And the last question I'm gonna kind of give us, because I know 2 more have been added, but
no, go on. I'll do all of them. Go on.
You do all of them?
Yeah, right. do all of the ones. Anything after that, nah.
All right, cool. In that case, that question then. Playing with a so this is from Seaman or Simeon.
I beg your pardon.
Simon. Sorry, Simon.
You've butchered that, bro. Seriously, it ain't even Ukrainian. You've butchered it.
Simon Benjamin, is playing with a diamond formation a good idea?
Depends who you're playing against.
I think it's kind of a vague question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Shout out to him for the question. I think it depends who you play against, because it's like, you know, like you said earlier, we've got no natural width, right? But I don't think we need natural width if you're left and right back and bombing forward. So if you're going to play with a diamond formation, right, you've then got to have your DM, say Torreira, but then you have your two in front of that, which would be what? Xhaka, Ramsey, Xhaka, Guendouzi, Ramsey, Xhaka, whoever it is, and then you play with your number 10. Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, yeah? Right? I see something on the Sun Dream Team map the other day, and it was a story somebody wrote in the Sun. Yeah, I can't remember who it was that wrote the article, but he said the number 10 is a dead trade. It's a dead trade. The number 10 position is a dying trade in England. Yeah, and in football in general, because everyone's going 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you lose the ball, it then becomes a 4-5-1, because your two wider players drop back into midfield to make it a 5.
Yeah.
Well, so a number 10 is irrelevant, which is why Mesut Ozil ain't prospering anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas 5 years ago, he was the best number 10 in the world. Yeah.
I agree.
Number 10s are dead. Yeah. And that's just how football's evolved. Okay. But against certain teams, 100% you could do that. 100%. Like, you know, like against the top 6 teams, like the Chelseas, the Spurs, Man Cities, and Liverpools, and all that, yeah, and Tottenham's, you've got to go with 2 holders, right? That's a fact. You've got to go with 2 holders. You cannot go fucking diamond formation, yeah. But against everyone else, you can, and you can go with a 2 up top, right? And you know, I spoke to someone the other day, and they said, yeah, but if we had played 2 up top against Man City and Chelsea, we might have won the games. Yeah, we might have also been fucking absolutely annihilated as well. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I know Lacazette came on in them games, and the game's changed, etc., etc. Especially against Man City, Lacazette was fucking on it that day, yeah, right. But nobody knows how the game would have panned out if they'd both started. Yeah, we made, for putting an extra striker up, you're losing a man in midfield.
Yeah,
you've then got to make sure that the players you've picked are then fucking conditioned enough to go, oh shit, as soon as we lose the ball, drop back. And let's be real, Ramsey, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, really, are they disciplined enough to drop back?
Well, so that's fuck it. Let's make my last question my question. Sorry, Michael. He's actually asked a good question. You know what? Fuck it. My last.
Ask it, man. Ask it.
I'll ask Michael's question because I like.
Yeah, go on, ask it, and then we'll do yours and we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, who's been the best new signing of the season so far?
Well, for all clubs.
And why? No, of our signings.
Oh, of Arsenal.
Our new signings. Who's been the best one so far and why?
That's a fucking great question. Fair play, Michael. That's a sick one.
I think that's a really. I must admit, for me, it's probably out of 3.
I don't know about 3. I'd say 2.
Who are your 2?
Guendouzi.
Yeah.
And Socrates.
Oh, you wouldn't put Torreira in that?
Nah.
I must admit, I like Torreira's influence on the game. Maybe I'll tell you what, I agree, only because he's not started a game. So to me, it'd be difficult to put him in that category without seeing how he performs from the very start.
From what I've seen, I ain't going to mug him off. I think he's been fantastic. Yeah. And he has completely changed the game. But let's be real, right? Like I said, way back about an hour and a half ago, right? Emery might be going, as a game plan, let's do this and then fuck the opposition up second half because they're preparing for the second half and then we switch it. Yeah. Right? Which is why the game completely pans out a different way and why we've battered every fucking team we've played, including City. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Mate, I've never seen City make so many mistakes apart from when they played Liverpool in the Champions League when they pressed them. Right? And second half, if Ozil had took that touch properly, which he normally does, we would have scored and we're back in it, right? But every second half we've been on it, yeah? And yes, that does coincide with Torreira coming on. And he has set up the goal for Lacazette against Cardiff for the winner. Right?
He's probably had the biggest influence out of all the signings. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the short-term quick impact, yeah, probably Torreira.
Biggest impact, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're looking at overall best signing so far after 5 games, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd say Socrates. And I love Guendouzi, man. Man's posing up for pictures with me. He asked me for a picture, do you know what I mean? He goes, I love your channel, mate.
Superstar out here.
Yeah, he goes, I follow you on Instagram and everything.
See, for me, I go Guendouzi. I must admit, even though, and it's got a controversial pick by me, because usually when I do my previews, I pick Xhaka and Torreira to start together. But I think whenever Guendouzi has played, bar maybe the City game. No, in fact, the City game
he was brilliant.
I think the Chelsea game, I don't think he was that good.
No, I thought he was good. The worst game he's played.
Was it the West Ham or the Chelsea game? One of those.
The worst game he's played was the weekend, and I still thought he was the best player in the first half. Yeah, because every time he got the ball in all the other 4 games he's played, he was going forward. He weren't shirking the tackle. He was positive. Against Newcastle, every time he got the ball, he was passing backwards.
Yeah.
Right? But I still think he was our best player in the first half against Newcastle.
But I think he was asked to do that role because up until now, people have just been running through our fucking midfield.
Yeah, no,
so
I agree.
I agree. To do a slightly more role.
Overall, yeah, like I said earlier, we played Boreham Wood. That geezer fucking skinned Socrates, right? And everyone was in meltdown. Why have we signed this fucking donkey slower than Mertesacker, right? He pocketed Aguero, arguably the best player in the fucking league, striker-wise. Yeah, he pocketed him, mate. Yeah, Aguero got nothing, not a sniff. Yeah, he pocketed him, right? He won every header against Chelsea. Yeah, the goal that was scored, that Morata scored against us, was 1-on-1 from a long ball over the top. It was Mustafi, and I don't blame Mustafi for the goal, because if you're 1-on-1 with a striker, regardless of how good they are, and you're backing off and you're 1-on-1, 9 times out of 10 it's a shot on goal for the striker. Yeah, right.
I ain't gonna lie,
don't blame him.
I blame Mustafi for that straight up.
Nah, no way, man. I said it after the game. I don't blame him.
And he was bruv, me and you will disagree on that.
Do you know why though? It was one long ball over the top, right? The midfield never tracked back quick enough, right? And Morata's got a full run, a full pelt, dribbling. Mustafi's backing off, yeah, running backwards.
But here's
off balance.
My argument with Mustafi is people always make these excuses for him. It's the midfield, it's Hector, it's this, it's that. When is this motherfucker going to take charge of...
Bruv, trust me, you know me, man. I don't give a shit, yeah? But that particular goal, I'll disagree with you on that. I don't think that was his fault, yeah? That was the likes of Ramsey and all that lot not tracking back quick enough, yeah? And they isolated him, and Czech could have done better with a shot. But when you've got a striker, and Morata's not that great, but when you've got a striker running at you full pelt and you're running backwards, yeah, off balance, and he's twisting and turning the striker, 9 times out of 10 it results in a fucking shot on goal, right? So the keeper's got to do better, right? I ain't going to blame him for that.
Do you blame him for the Newcastle goal?
Nah, no, I don't. I just think, listen, at the end of the day, that was just fucking great. That was just, yeah, it was poor, but Bellerin maybe could have been a little bit deeper to start off with, you know, but let's praise their fucking geezers, yeah, right? That was a great cross. It was a great cross, right? And it was a good finish, right? And ultimately, we won the game, so it don't fucking matter. Yeah. But, you know, I ain't going to fucking slag Mustafi off for that goal, because I thought overall, other than the fuck up he did where Socrates covered him and ended up doing that fucking last-ditch tackle, yeah, in the first half, I thought Mustafi played all right. Yeah, but in answer to the question, as much as I love Guendouzi, I think Socrates has been solid, and he's made Mustafi look a whole lot better than he had done last season. Yeah, and let's be real, every time a ball comes in the box, he fucking wins it. And like I said as well, against West Ham, yeah, the fuckery where he's just fucking running off with the ball, like, yeah, fuck you. He don't shirk the physical side. He wins every header. Yeah, he will put his body on the line. Yeah.
I just like the composure, because he's a hard man, but he's somehow composed with it.
No,
Like,
it's just chilled. It's
how
chilled.
do you manage to be a hard man, but also be chilled with it?
Do you know what I mean? And I think he's bringing like a little calming presence, yeah? Yes, he's not technically the best fucking centre-back. He's not a fucking John
Doesn't like the
Stones
ball
or
in his
anything. Yeah, he's not a John Stones or a Maguire or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd rather have him there than have Koscielny there.
Koscielny, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
But I know
and for me, for 16 million quid or whatever it is we paid for him, yeah, that's a fucking bargain, mate, because he is fucking class. And I said to Robbie when we played, I think it was City or Chelsea. I can't remember what game it was, right? And he got a yellow card for fouling someone, like just a naughty challenge here, like just to fucking break it up, take one for the team. I was like, he can take a yellow card every fucking game if he's going to play like that, because he won every fucking header that got whipped in, every cross that got whipped in. Yeah, and I've been so impressed with him, man. Guendouzi, listen, £8 million, man. That's a fucking snip, mate. Yeah,
and he's 19, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you just forget this motherfucker's 19.
Yeah, mate, and he looks fucking unreal. And again, he doesn't shirk the physical side of it. Yeah, he'll stick his foot in, even against Newcastle. Like I said, the first half, I thought he was our best player, and he got subbed.
Yeah,
right. So he must be going off thinking, right, I thought I played all right, and I've been subbed, yeah, right. But you've got to look at it and go, £8 million, fucking hell, that's a bargain. But you've got to keep him grounded, which is something that over previous years we haven't done. Yeah, we've either overplayed players or we've underplayed players and we've ruined them. Yeah? And I think what Emery's doing is keeping every single fucking player on their toes, right? And like I said earlier about Adelaide and all the other players, right? I ain't gonna fucking knock one out over fucking Guendouzi. Yes, he's had a fantastic start to his Arsenal career, right? But that could go sideways very quickly, right? And Arsenal fans are fickle as fuck, and they'll turn on him if that does. But in terms of signings and how they've played overall in the 5 games, Socrates has played every game. Yeah, full 90 minutes. And I think for the fee we've paid for him, for the way that, yes, I know we've not kept a clean sheet yet, but for the way I can see how he plays and pocketing one of the best players in the fucking league, I'd say he's our best player so far. I think the signings.
I think Michael has summed this up brilliantly. I must admit, he's got gold star in the chat room. He's basically said that he agrees that if Mustafi was on a yellow card or Koscielny was on a yellow card, we'd be panicking. But the calmness of Socrates makes you know that he knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Take the one for the team. Fucking hell, I've done it on FIFA sometimes, where you let go of one guy and you think to yourself, fucking hell, he's one-on-one with a goalkeeper. Take him out. Take him out. One for the team. I've done that so many times, I cannot tell you. And it is necessary. Sometimes it is it's a necessary risk to take for the good of the team. And
exactly. Like I said, right, when we played West Ham, right, they were fucking peppering our goal in that last 5 to 10 minutes of the game, yeah, right? And they're whipping balls across that box, and I've got fucking panic stations here. It's like, what the fuck, right? They didn't get a free kick. He picks the fucking ball up, right, in stoppage time, and he's just trotting off towards Chig with the fucking ball. Yeah? When was the last time we had a cunt in our team like that? Yeah, that's the sort of shit that Ramos would do. Yeah? Or fucking John Terry would do. Yeah? We haven't had a cunt like that at centre-back for a fucking long time, mate, yeah? Like, you know, I'm buzzing with that shit, yeah? And I think he was on a yellow card that game as well, and he's just trotting off with the ball, or he got booked for that, whatever, like. But either way, yeah, he's got the experience, the know-how, and the clever, like, he knows what to do at the right time, yeah. And I think, like you said, he's so cool. He's brought that little calmness to the fucking centre back, like alongside him, Mustafi. And like I said, I think Mustafi's played all right the first 5 games. Yes, he's had the odd moment, but overall, I ain't sitting there shitting myself thinking, fucking hell, these two are fucking dog shit. We're fucked today. Do you know what I mean?
I'll give him this. Even as a Mustafi critic, he's definitely had a better first 5 games to this season than he did last.
Yeah. Have you noticed as well, right? And I've said this to you on here before, right?
Okay, whatever it is.
Yeah. Every single game in the first 5 minutes, Mustafi last season would go 2-footed sliding on the deck. Yeah. Have you seen him do it this season?
True. True.
There you go.
True.
There you go. So yeah, I'd say Socrates has been our best signing so far.
All right. Let's wrap this up because we've been going almost 2 hours, and I know.
Yeah, and I've got FIFA 19 to play, man.
Yeah. But before I go, my question was, and I see that Luke Williams, shout out to him, has also asked a similar question. This Hector Bellerin at right wing stuff. I've seen a few people suggest it now. What's your opinion?
No.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
I agree, by the way, but why?
And I will say this: he was a right winger when we signed him.
Yeah, I know.
Right, but there's a big difference to being the overlapping right back or right wing back, whatever you want to fucking play as in whatever formation. Big difference playing that position and whipping the ball in or squaring it back to Xhaka like he normally does.
Yes.
Right? Than being the dribbling, taking man on.
Being inventive enough to take
exactly.
Man on.
Yeah. So,
having a winner's mentality, which he does not have.
Exactly.
I don't care if he started his career as that. What's he been doing the last 10 years? He's not doing that now.
Exactly. And let's be honest, right? I've said this a million times before, and I'm not trying to be a prick about it. Take his pace away from him. He is League One at best.
Yes.
Fact, right? And if you look at it, do you remember when we played Chelsea and Pedro was clean through on goal and he came from about 40 yards behind him and slide tackled Pedro? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you remember when we played Chelsea a couple of weeks ago? Pedro fucking had him on toast, mate, left, right and centre. Yeah? What has happened to his fucking pace?
Pace, I know.
Yeah? Is it his diet? Do you know what I mean?
I couldn't answer it for you because
Neither can I.
He's not even that fast anymore. I don't care what goes.
No, exactly, he ain't. And let's be honest, right? That same Chelsea game, Socrates fucking left Pedro for dead down the fucking left wing. Yeah, he fucking skinned him, mate. Right? So if Socrates can leave him for dead, how comes Pedro's leaving Bellerin for dead?
Well, to be fair, if those speed tests are accurate, Socrates is just behind Bellerin in pace.
Yeah, you're right. I'd love to see what the distance was on it, though.
Yeah, me too.
Because that could be over the first 10 yards or whatever. Or first 20.
Yeah.
It could, but no, man. Like, listen, fucking, why shoehorn someone into a position to compensate the geezer? How about
to compensate for their failures
exactly
in a normal position?
Right, listen, right, I'm not his biggest fan, right? And I'm not going to be negative or anything like that. I'm just saying it how I see it, which is what I always do, right? And some people just spit their dummy out and go, oh, you've got an agenda. I ain't got no agenda, right? I'm not Mesut Ozil's biggest fan. You go and watch my Arsenal Fan TV interview at the weekend. The title on that is Ozil was brilliant in the second half. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I praised Granit Xhaka. Again, Granit Xhaka, everyone thinks I've got an agenda. I've got my man's name on the back of my fucking shirt. Yeah? Agenda, yeah. Bellerin, I will say it how I see it. If he plays well, which he did against Newcastle, I thought that was his best game of the season. Right? But the way I look at him is I just think like you've got the first touch is just shocking. Yeah. You've got no awareness of where your man is. You're always out of position. When we played Atletico at home, right, he was fucking brilliant that night. Him and Ozil were the best two players on the pitch. And do you know why? Every time Bellerin got the ball, not taking a touch, he'd whip across him. Yeah. Right? But then he goes back when we play the away game against them to taking a touch and passing it back to Xhaka. And it's like, as soon as you take that touch in that position, high up the right wing, you've allowed the centre-back and the left-back to get back in position. So when you whip the ball in, it hits the fucking left-back every time or the centre-back clears it. When you whip it in first time, your striker makes the run across the box to the front stick. He's got to tap in. Yeah? So then your striker then thinks, well, is he whipping it in or is he taking a touch? So then he makes the run 10 times and he don't whip it in. Yeah? Then he don't make the run because he thinks he ain't whipping it in and he whips it in.
Yeah.
So it confuses the striker, which is why, going back a few years back to when David Beckham used to play football for Man United, Ruud van Nistelrooy knew every time Beckham got the ball, it was a first-time fucking cross, mate, so he'd make the run. And how many tap-in fucking headers from 6 yards out did Van Nistelrooy score?
And that's you're absolutely right in what you're saying. And I think where people are getting it twisted and deciding that, well, we have to fit in Bellerin somewhere, so let's slot him in right back. People get it twisted. He's a winner. He still needs to track back.
Exactly.
So if your whole issue with him is, oh well, he can't defend, let's play him right wing. I still expect my right wingers to track the fuck back.
If you look at the West Ham game, right? Mikel Antonio fucking had him on toast, mate. Yeah, this is Mikel Antonio.
Yeah,
yeah, and every time
I do like Mikel Antonio though.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player, and he's a physical specimen. He's a big lump, isn't he? Let's be real. He's a fucking lump, right?
Yeah.
But where Lichtsteiner has the advantage on Bellerin, yeah, is Lichtsteiner would leave one on him. Yeah, he'd fucking go, yeah, you ain't fucking getting past me easy today, bruv. Right? Not only that, every time Antonio got up against Bellerin showed him inside every fucking time. And that's where Arnautovic ended up scoring from, because he allowed Antonio inside. When you look at Man City's first goal from Sterling, he constantly kept showing fucking Sterling inside. Yeah? You can't keep showing him inside. He's an inverted winger. You're putting him on his favoured foot.
Agreed.
And guess what? He then scores, right? And that is the fucking difference between a decent right back and a fucking top tier right back like Lichtsteiner. Lichtsteiner would go, yeah, you want to score today? Cool. You're going on your left foot, mate. Yeah. It's true though, isn't it?
Agreed.
Yeah, like I said earlier, when Mahrez was up against Maitland-Niles, yeah, he fucking destroyed Maitland-Niles, and I fucking love Maitland-Niles. I think he's decent. Yeah. As soon as Lichtsteiner came on, bang, plowed straight into Mahrez. Yeah.
Plowed into it once.
Literally 20
Never
seconds.
heard from him again.
It'd been on the pitch 20 seconds. Bang, plowed straight into him. Not once did he get past Lichtsteiner, and Lichtsteiner was playing left back. He then gets substituted.
That's understanding the game. Lichtsteiner knows he ain't trying to chase fucking Sterling all day. So
exactly.
Send a message to him quick, bruv. I'm here.
Yeah, bruv. Listen, Mahrez. It was Mahrez he was up against. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruv,
Sorry.
You know how much I fucking love Mahrez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? When Mahrez is running at you,
Mahrez for the rest of the game.
When Mahrez is running at you, doing stepovers and shit, you are fucking banging trouble, yeah?
Exactly.
Tell me one time he did that against Lichtsteiner playing at left back. He didn't, because he stuck one on him and said, yeah, you want to fucking have it? Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've been on the pitch 20 seconds. I've already fucking done you, mate. Yeah, you're now fucked the rest of the game. Exactly. He then walked off the slowest I've ever seen anyone walk off a fucking pitch. You know what I mean?
But that's the old school defending. That's old school mentality.
Yeah, and do you know what, right?
You send them messages.
Exactly. And if Bellerin doesn't learn nothing from Lichtsteiner, I fully believe Emery will fuck him off in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do believe that. Yeah,
We've had a lot of people in the chat room that believe he'll improve under Emery.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. Listen,
he has shown signs of improvement. To be fair to Hector,
his crossing has got better.
He's gotten better.
Yeah, his defending's still shocking.
Yeah, his defending's still shit.
Right,
but
his
going
crossing,
forward,
his
crossing is better.
100%, mate. The crosses he's whipped it, mate. Against Chelsea, the crosses he was putting in that box were fucking mad, right? Yeah. And his crossing this season has got a whole lot better. Again, against Newcastle, I thought he was fucking wicked second half, right? And you know, we see against Atletico last season, he was doing like hill to hill clicks and fucking like shimmy, and it's like, right, you are on it, yeah. Why can't you do that every game?
Yeah.
Or why can't you do that 8 out of 10 games or 7 out of 10 games?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a mentality thing. They've been allowed for so long to take the piss because they know they're not going to get dropped. Whereas Emery's come in and he's like, yeah, cool, I'll sub you at half time, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, I thought Guendouzi was our best player in the first half. Bang, you subbed.
Yeah. And that's what I like about him. He doesn't care who you are, how well you've been playing. If it fits his new plan, he'll implement it.
See, exactly. And if you see at the weekend, right, when I think it was, who did he bring on? I can't remember who he brought on, but he subbed. Who did Aubameyang went off? Who did he bring on for Aubameyang? I can't remember who it was. Right?
Mkhitaryan or was it
Welbeck? Yes, Mickey, yeah. Right? I'm standing there and all the people around me, I'm going, Ramsey's been shocking today. Ramsey's got to go off. Yeah? Number 14. I'm like, right, he's taking Aubameyang off. And to be fair, Aubameyang was shit, yeah? But it was like, you've taken Aubameyang off. Yeah, a £60 million top signing. Yeah, record signing. So he ain't shook of doing that. And I've said this to you before, right? Off camera and on camera, right? This guy managed fucking Neymar, 200 odd million pound fucking Neymar, bruv. My man sat him on the bench. Yeah, he's like, yeah, you ain't playing today. You're benched, bruv. This is the world record fucking player. He ain't scared to fucking sit a 200 million pound player on the bench. My man don't give a shit about Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? He don't care who you are. Yeah, his job is more important, and winning games is more important than you fucking being happy. So if you've got the ump when you're subbed, good, because that's the mentality I want my players to have when they're subbed.
That's what he said, actually. He came out with a quote 2 days ago and said he actually likes it when the players are unhappy for being subbed.
Yeah, good.
He likes it. He wants a player of winners. So he wants a team of winners.
Exactly.
But anyway.
That's how it should be.
Guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. We've gone for 2 fucking hours. It's been
That's because I don't shut up. I've got verbal.
No, bro, it's good. Plus, you don't do a show these days, so it's good to get it off your chest.
Mate, you know what I'm like, bro. VIP, hence why I'm in a box on Thursday. Yeah?
But yes, thank you everybody for watching. Everyone
thank you.
Crush, destroy, drop kick the shit out of that like button. I appreciate every time you guys do that. It really helps the show get noticed. Lee, let the people know where they can find you these days, because I'll tell you what, people are still going onto your channel wondering what the fuck's going on.
Mate, do you know what? Every fucking day I get people DMing me on Instagram and Twitter. What's happened to your fucking YouTube? Yeah, it's just like, I ain't got time to explain it, man. It's like, I just sound like a fucking parrot. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
I've already told you. Go look at the previous shows with Lee. The most recent 3 shows is explained it.
Yeah.
What's happening with the channel.
Yeah. Put it this way, like I said, return of the Mac soon, man. Trust me. Yeah. Mark Morrison back in the building. But Twitter and Insta, Lee Gunner 82. I don't really give a shit about Twitter because it's for the fucking kids, man, that just want to fucking call me Yadar and say I don't understand about football if I don't rate Ozil. Yeah. Maybe I do, and maybe that's why I think he's shit. Yeah. But anyone who follows me on Instagram, DM me. Say you followed me from this show, I'll follow you straight back.
There you go. Right, so, and links are in the description below right
fuck
now.
Twitter. Don't care about Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, cool. If you don't, cool. Chris, before I go, I want to say thanks very much. Appreciate you letting me on. I know I chat some fucking bullshit.
Your family, you're allowed to chat some shit on my channel. Right?
And when are you setting up Instagram, bruv?
I knew you were going to ask me this, right? So I was getting ready for it. I will do it. I promise. I'm getting bullied left, right, and centre.
As soon as you come off this show, you're setting it up.
I will do it. I promise I'll do it.
Don't worry. You're setting it up. You're setting it up as soon as you come off this show, yeah?
All right. I'll put it this way, guys. Everyone who's listening and actually is interested in following me on Instagram, give me an hour. Let me set the fucking thing up. I'll put the link in the description below. But my Twitter link is in the description below, so do follow me on that. Also, do follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's when he'll announce when he's back for, I don't know what he's going to be. Gonna ban part 2? I don't know. You tell me, bruv. But
hey, Chris, before you go, I haven't decided what I'm going to call my next channel yet. Yeah, but it'll be third time lucky, right? Right? Are you at the game on Thursday, bruv?
I was going to surprise these motherfuckers. I was going to surprise these motherfuckers.
Shit. Sorry, man. Sorry. Are you at the game, though? You're not going, no?
I'm going to be at the game on Thursday.
No, sorry. I've ruined your surprise, man. You should have fucking clued me up, mate.
I should have clued you up pre-show, yeah, I know. So I'm going to be at the game on Thursday. So I will do like a vlog.
I sorted your ticket, yeah?
Yep. Mr. Gunner sorted me out a ticket. Price was too good to turn down, so I caught one of those. So for all of you that says, "No, Chig, you never go to games," motherfucker, I'm going to a game now. So I'll go to a game. I'll do a vlog. I'm gonna feel so self-conscious doing a vlog, but okay.
Shut up, man. Fucking shut up. Yeah. Fucking.
Listen, I see the way people look at Troops and DT when they start doing vlogs. Like, this motherfucker, why does he keep picking up his phone and filming this shit?
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, do you know what? As soon as you stop giving a fuck what people think, yeah, you'll be a lot happier.
This is true. This is very, very true.
The only person in my life I give a toss that fucking what they think about me is my daughter. Yeah? Everyone else. Listen, I said this to a friend of mine the other day. Yeah, I said it was actually Ola, big up Ola, and Lewis as well. Yeah,
big up Ola.
Yeah,
big
my
up
boys,
Lewis.
right?
Cool.
My little fucking co-pilots on the way up to Newcastle. Yeah, plying me with rum. A Magnum, that fucking Magnum drink, bruv. Seriously, right? But no, I said to both of them, yeah, I said I could put a tweet up right now and say Hector Bellerin's the best right back we've had for 10 years. I'd get hate. Tomorrow, I could put a tweet up saying Hector Bellerin's the worst right back we've had for 10 years. I'd get hate. So just say what the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've learned that with Mustafi. Trust me, I've learned that. I've said it to people that from now on, I'm not going to engage with anyone who's just being unnecessarily crazy.
Bruv, you should see my notifications, mate. I've got about 1,000 DMs on Insta I ain't even opened, man. It's just like, I ain't got time for that, yeah? Right? At the end of the day, if people are so triggered off an opinion, that says more about them than it does me. I'm just living life, man. Agreed. So anyway, so you guys will see me at the game. I'll do a vlog. So that will essentially be my review. Also, a big to any boxing fans out there, me and Ola are going to do a quick preview. Probably tomorrow, probably Friday. I'm still working it out because we're going to have a guest on as well. So we'll do a preview. AJ versus... It's not AJ himself, is it?
Sorry?
It's not AJ coming on himself.
Gosh, if only it was AJ coming on. He doesn't live too far from me as well, so who knows? But yeah. So tune into that, find out. I'll be doing that either tomorrow or Friday because I'm obviously at the game on Thursday. But that's it for me, guys. So I'll let you guys go. That's it from me. That's it from Lee.
Thank you for everyone watching.
Take care, people. And Lee?
Emery fucking in, bruv.
There you go, man. All right, people. Take care. Peace.